With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and show. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money he earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and feels to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if battery fun is shy or scant to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of call his cat and party life and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react, but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and awareness in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for today, Friday the 30th of December 2022. It is almost the end of the year, we're just 2 more days to go until we are finished with 2022 in its entirety. I do hope you're all doing well. Phil's capture card shenanigans have come to an end, his hatred of FedEx has come to an end, at least for now anyway, and today should be a somewhat normal day for Phil streaming. He is streaming God of War, which means it's probably not going to be a very financially, productive stream for him. These games don't usually do well for him in terms of performance. But he's just desperate to get through the game, that's right. He is eager to get through the whole goddamn game and be done with it, essentially, because he's certainly had enough of it. Phil's awake and alive and well, not sure as you can see the streams live, whatever, just going through his crap-free stream things. And he's saying so far his capture card looks great. He's going to try something with webcam today too, but likely it won't work. In case you're wondering, Phil's webcam has been a bit choppy using this new capture card, and so he's going to try and fix that today, it seems like, but even though the capture card itself seems like it works decently well, it does make Phil's webcam a bit choppy, and it's incredible the fucking amount of crap that Phil is going through because he refuses to update his shit. It's bizarre. I'm just glad Prof is not here to fucking just endure it, because it's one of those kind of things where it's like the amount of things that goes wrong with Phil's setup could easily be solved if Phil just kind of kept better care of the crap that he's got to run his business. It just baffles me, it really does. Anyway, let's not waste too much fucking time. Let's get into setting up this goddamn bingo game. I'm going to spin this little wheel, and it'll help us determine what card to pick for today's shenanigans. So let's see what it'll land on. Round and round Phil's piggy face goes. Where it'll stop? Him laughing, it was like. Phil laughing. That is what our criteria is going to be today, guys, for Phil. For picking a bingo card today. The Phil laughing. So, we need a number, guys. We need a number between 1 and 218. The first number in chat I see between the numbers 1 and 218 will be the bingo card I picked for today's game. And Cridge was the first one with 31. So we're going to go to the 31st bingo card. The very first number in chat I saw was 31. So that is the one we're going to be using today. The 32nd bingo result on the thing. This is the 31st card officially, because it's the 32nd result. So our card today looks like this. We've got Phil to say interactive, talking about drama, him saying nobody or no one, him saying reality, and tired. Then him laughing, him scratching his stash, him saying interesting, business, and Q&A. The third row is Phil being in defence mode, which is where he tries to justify himself being a piece of shit, like I had to do this because, that. Him saying idiot, him snorting, him pointing at a text on the screen, and him saying support. I was originally going to make the centre square choppy, but I wasn't sure if Phil would actually talk about it or not, so I just went with snort. It was originally going to be choppy, as I said, talking about his webcam or something, I just talking about that. I had a feeling Phil might not actually say that. There's no real strong indication that Phil would say that, so I thought it was like risky to go with choppy. The fourth row is Phil giving a years ago story, him saying hate to say, him standing up randomly, and if it was fucking up and down like a goddamn yo-yo yesterday looking for that FedEx truck, him saying members and him saying detractors and or trolls. The final row is his chair creaking, him saying okay, comment, meaningful and sound good. I think it is quite a strong card, personally. Business might be something that it might struggle to say. And Q&A, depends on how much time he's got for fucking Q&A, he might not have much time for it, but business might be the one. Yeah, there's a couple on there that are certainly more questionable, but I think it's going to be a strong card anyway, and it should get us a bit closer anyway. It's definitely a good card, yeah. Yes, some guy named Steve is right. Definitely a good card. So we'll just save his card very quickly, before I forget to. And that's happened before, never again. There we go, the card should be good. Let me just go here and save that and press that. There we go. DJ's asking, do I think Daspo shit can be saved or has a prognosis taken him? He's long fucking gone. Nah, Daspo shit's fucking long gone. He's long, for whatever reason. You know, he's fucking way past it. Nah. Das is, for whatever reason, just determined to like fucking, you know, okay, he's set his stall and he's firmly in Phil's camp. So it is what it is. Das Pam's asking who. There's a YouTuber who doesn't know do YouTube much these days anymore. He was called Das Bullshit, and he actually made decent videos back in the day, and part of his videos he had a caricature of Phil. And Phil at first took offence to this, but then Das Bullshit came and said, oh, it's just a parody, it's, you know, it's not meant to like offend or anything, it's just, you know, it's a caricature, you know. And Das and Phil talked behind the scenes, and as things kind of went on, Das found himself kind of leaning more towards like enjoying Phil's personality, I guess, weirdly enough. It was about the same time that Sons of Kojima got involved with Das as well, and I think they kind of came on a bit too strong, you could argue. And yeah, it's an interesting one where it kind of went in a strange wee way. Basically, Das Bullshit used to do YouTube stuff, doesn't really do it much anymore these days. He might be doing it again, he might be starting to do it again, who knows. But yeah, Das Bullshit is firmly in the camp of the Denteds. So yeah. Anyway, let me get the card set up, guys, for you properly. The card's been picked, the card's been saved. Hooray for that. Our penultimate bingo of the year. Feels kind of weird saying that. Our penultimate bingo of the year. After this, we've got one more bingo. And then the year will be over. But the card has been saved. You can see it on screen right now. Fucking hurry for that. Okay, let me just... there we go. Cool stuff. Do I need to do this as well? Just a wee bit. There we go. Good stuff. There we go. Oh, look at this. Phil's like, hey guys, I'll be here soon. I'm just paying some month-end bills. Phil's paying some month-end bills right now. Ian Sorrell's asking, is he streaming New Year's Eve? As far as I'm aware, he is. In fact, we can check Phil's fucking schedule. Yeah. Saturday, 31st December, the Level 1 podcast, then playing Pokemon Scarlet and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Warzone. He's even streaming New Year's Day. It's a normal stream for him. No days off for Phil, that's for damn sure. I might not be streaming New Year's Day. I don't think I'm going to bother. It's one of those things where I might just be too busy enjoying myself with fucking loved ones, because it's New Year's Day. It's a fucking special fucking day for most fucking people, but not fucking Phil. Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, it's a normal fucking day for Phil apparently. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. We'll see. Who knows? But yeah, that's Phil's schedule anyway for the next few days. Going into the fucking brand new year. Fucking hell, man. Why does Bill's not auto-pay? Does he need to keep money in the account for Hogan's? I don't know. I don't know. I've got a couple of things I pay off manually, but it means I'm in control of how much I put into each month. Most of my bills are auto-paid. Most of my bills are automatically paid just every fucking month. Because they're fucking, you know, regular fucking payments going out every fucking month. But I do have, like, you know, like a wee, like Argos credit card for, you know, shop, you know, just a wee fucking Argos shop. So some kind of shop credit card, which I can pay off, and I'm paying off. But I can control how much every month I want to pay off to clear it, essentially. So that's a manual bill for me. That's just a wee example, though, I don't know. So Phil might have some summer things, who knows? Don't know. But yeah, it should be good. Oh goodness me, my next fucking sorted out bloody hell. But as I said, Phil's drama, Phil's shenanigans are all at an end. Apparently, all is good. There is something I want to show you guys. You guys might not have picked up on it. Phil briefly talked about it on the podcast the other day. And let me see if I can find it for you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Give me a second here, okay? I need to find this for you guys, because Phil has a new thing on the stream, which he has before the intro begins. It's weird. I never picked up on it before. I thought it was fucking new fan art, but it wasn't. It was like fucking. It's garbage. Really. I don't know how to fucking explain it. So I'll use raw DSP archive. This is from yesterday. Okay, this is from yesterday. Right before Phil's intro began, this played for him.
I'd hate me too. See you, Phil.
And then his normal intro played. He calls it a bumper to warn people that the show is about to start. He calls it a bumper, you know. Like some people are not ready for, you know. Some people miss the show starting because they don't hear the thing starting in time. They want to be, what the fuck, you know. So Phil's got this fucking additional little bumper which plays right before the intro. Yeah, it's mental to me, but there you fucking go. So as soon as we see, you know, this fucking face on this fucking background, what the fuck, by the way, is this? What the fuck is that face? What the fuck's this background all about? What the fuck is this trying to fucking portray? Is this like fucking, you know, what the fuck am I looking at in that fucking, Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, Phil called it a bumper. Hand on heart, I swear he calls it a bumper. We can go to his fucking podcast, you know, yesterday. I know it's taking on a podcast, but you get what I'm fucking saying though. If you search this shit, it'll play here as well, you know, there it is there, you know. But if we go to the transcript and search bumper. Okay. So, he mentioned it in the first 10 minutes or something. So here it is. Wasn't his explanation.
I was just having to go through my PC, and I was like, oh, look at this. Like a little 10-15 second intro someone had made me many years ago. And I could probably use this on my podcast as a way to let people know the podcast is starting. Because as you know, every day when I start the Level 1 podcast, the first thing that happens around 10:45 a.m. Pacific time is I turn on music. It plays my little slideshow. Excuse me. It promotes the stream. It gets people amped up. You got the little retro music playing there for my fan remixes. And it basically allows people to settle in. Gives you a few extra minutes to kind of get ready for the show. Typically, this podcast starts between 11 and 11:15 a.m. Some days it's later, some days it's earlier, depending on me setting up and everything. Okay? But the thing is, I do have an intro, but a lot of the times people say, man, you know, I have it on mute, or I have it on, but I walk away. And then when I finally hear Phil talking, for example, then I know the show, and I run over and I listen to the show. So rather than that, I said, why not have this little, like this little, what do they call it, bumper? I guess it's called a bumper. Why not have a bumper at the beginning of the show that plays just a little bit of generic music? You hear it like, ah! So now, you know, now you'll know when the show's starting, and you can run over and get ready for it, okay? So every day I think I'll do that. As the show is about to begin, I'll play that quick bumper of like 10-15 seconds, then I'll play the intro, and then we get started with the show.
There you fucking go. There you fucking go. So there you go. Phil's got an additional little thing to play right before the show begins. Although then Phil, I should remember it from yesterday, Phil then got into this fucking ridiculous little bit of fucking ranting.
Alright, it'll become like a little regular thing here. Let me know what you think.
Wait for
I mean,
it.
I already had an intro, but a lot of people like that intro. You don't want to miss it. What do you think about the bumper before the intro? Maybe I should have a bumper for the bumper, so you don't miss the bumper if you like the bumper. But then what if you like the bumper bumper? Then maybe I should have a bumper bumper bumper.
Yeah, that was just stupid. So there you go. So, yeah, get ready for that. The fucking bumper shenanigans from fucking Phil. Fuck me, man, fuck me. Prepare your wallets. Dig deep. Support DSP, 'tis the season. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, fuck me, man. This fan art here, this fan art is good. Not that one, but the one for it.
Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, money, money.
Thank you very much to Kel Denson for the super chat. It says bumper wallpaper should just say, "You ready to tip me for WWE Champions addiction?" He will never do preventative maintenance because he is an addict. Pretty fucking much, yeah. Phil's got a serious fucking problem. And his audience are just enabling it, you know, rather than accepting reality and all the evidence that the detractors have, you know, put forward out there. The amount of evidence that we have put forward out there to show that Phil's got a serious problem with this fucking mobile game. And they're like, no, they don't want to fucking believe it. Damien Anderson says, did I notice that the insignia was gone again from the video yesterday? Do you mean the bottom corner, level 1 podcast thing? Yeah, he forgets to do it all the fucking time. He's bad for it, man. He really is. The problem is Phil's trying his best to fucking have... There's so much shit that Phil's got on his fucking, you know, setup. Like his... He has so many overlays. And it's just like a ridiculous amount. It really is a fucking ridiculous amount of shit he's got. So it's like he's got to remember all these things he's got to fucking tick to enable, like, make visible and not shit, or... And he'll just forget every fucking time. It's like the fucking Pokemon lamp. No, we're going live right now. I guess we should have seen that coming. The bumper played and I fucking ignored it. Guys, you all know the fucking drill by now. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything on the card. I don't try and miss things on the card, but it just happens sometimes because I'm a stupid bastard. If we get 25 snorts, that's a free space. If we get 10 burps, that's a free space. And if it doubles up, that's another free space essentially. If we get 100 likes before gameplay is getting recorded and bubbles for his audience before gameplay is getting recorded, that's also a free space. Yeah, good luck guys, fingers crossed. 25 out of 25 means one of you guys can win a prize. Right before the end of the year and all, that'd be fucking great. But yeah guys, good luck, here we go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. I'm DSP. Happy holidays, because indeed, it is still the holidays. Even though Christmas is over, we've got New Year right around the corner, and I'm sure that many of you are still celebrating in various different ways, as you can see. It's the last hurrah for our Christmas decorations and animations. Essentially, these will be up for the rest of this week. Maybe a little bit into January, but then we're going to be wrapping that up and starting off fresh and new with some new stuff coming up in about a week's time. I hope that you're all doing well. Today is Friday, the 30th of December, 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, today, I can officially say...
Dashy, my background music's always on. I have this background music playing anyway, usually. Dashy, did you never notice I have this fucking Meerkat music playing automatically in the background at low volume throughout the bingo? I usually do that anyway, pal. This music's almost always on throughout the bingo, just so we got something to listen to kind of drown out Phil's dead air times. I mean, is it still volume 2? It's still volume. I have it very low volume, but it's not too bad. But yeah, the fucking music's always fucking on. Yeah, more noticeable today. I mean, I don't know if that's anything to do with Phil. The volume levels for me on like it's still the same on OBS, and Phil, this is full volume as well on YouTube. So I don't know if maybe it's something to do with Phil's setup. Maybe he's not as loud as usual. I don't know. But yeah, well, Phil did snort though, so let me make sure I tick off the fucking centre square. Good start to the bingo, a good robust snort. Let me rewind it just to kind of make sure I don't miss anything on the fucking card there.
2022. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, today, I can officially say things are back to normal. Would you like to see? Hold on. I can actually come over here and I can click here and I can pick up a controller and I can do this. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Wow. Revolutionary concept that a streamer can actually like capture and stream stuff, right? It's pretty neat. Anyway, I'm very happy that I'm back in full capacity to be able to capture and stream for you guys. Now, we're going to talk about this today because yesterday my new capture device arrived. The AverMedia, like Gamer Portable Live 2 something. I actually don't even know the name of it. It seems pretty good so far. I've only streamed with it for roughly about 2 hours. Last night, I did some God of War and I did some Call of Duty. And the results were mixed. For sure. Okay, the results were very mixed. Most were very positive. I think God of War looked absolutely spectacular compared to previous. Like, no frame drops pretty much at all. Or very few. And, the color, absolutely gorgeous with deeper blacks. And just, it popped, right? So watching it at 1080p, last night I watched it back, of all things, on my phone. I said, let me load it at 1080p 60 frames on my phone and see how it looks. It was like super duper good. I couldn't believe how good it looked, okay? Then there was Call of Duty. Now with Call of Duty, I get the feeling no matter what I do, unless I have like a high-end PC, I'm never going to get full performance out of Call of Duty. It definitely looked better than the footage that I used to put out. It used to be very choppy. Whenever there was a lot of action in Call of Duty, it was just chop, frame rate dipping constantly. In this case, there was frame rate dipping. For the most part, it was smooth, but what I noticed is a lot of pixelization. It wasn't as sharp. It was a lot more blurry during action sequences. But the choppiness was reduced. There was still choppiness, but it was greatly reduced, I noticed, okay? Now, what you may have noticed is that the color is much better with this new capture device, okay? And I agree, like I was looking, I was like, wow, I can't believe how good it looked, you know? And I was thinking to myself, what else can I improve? Because there's a big difference, a big improvement, all right, with this capture device. Now when I'm over here and I'm capturing, my CPU use, okay, no exaggeration, used to go up to 95 to 100% just doing regular capture during action scenes. And what would happen is that would cause the frame stuttering. When I was playing God of War, I don't think I ever hit 90%. So I never saw a frame stutter. When I was playing Call of Duty, I did see some frame stuttering. Okay, but it wasn't as much as it used to be.
Jesus fucking Christ, he's never gonna fucking learn, is he? Jesus. Holy fuck, man. It's not linked, Phil. There's no correlation there. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Now, one thing that I noticed is that when I was here full screen, 1080p webcam, everything looked dandy and good. But then when I went over here and I was doing capture, this webcam I have at 480p. Well, it was looking washed out. It was looking like the lighting was bad. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's the same camera. I'm not changing the settings. I'm literally just changing the resolution. This camera apparently has something weird in it. This webcam that I use, that it has two completely different setups for HD and not HD. And I don't know how to change that because I messed with it a bit. And it seems like no matter what, when I go to 480p, it looks terrible. It's washed out and the colors are bad. So I'm experimenting today. I don't know how this experiment is going to go. It could very well be a failed experiment and we have to go back to the old settings. The camera you're looking at right now is 1080p. What I did is I put the 1080p camera and I squished it to fit a 4:3 frame. So now it looks like it's a standard definition size, but it's not. This is actually exactly the same quality that you're seeing over here. Okay? However, it may not be great because it may cause my CPU to use a lot more during gameplay, in which case you guys are going to see frame drops. So let's see what happens, okay, when I actually start with excuse me. Let's try this again. When I actually start with God of War today, because today's streams, we're back to a full-time streaming schedule. It's God of War Ragnarok on the first stream, and it's High on Life on the late stream. I am hoping for big progress in both games. We actually started the Muspelheim trials in God of War last night just for a camera test, and everyone thought that it looked absolutely outstanding as a camera test. So I'd like to at least continue on a little bit with that today and see how far we can get. And I don't know how long the Muspelheim trials are in this game. I beat the first 6 stages. So I don't know how many more there are. Maybe there's another 6. Maybe there's more. I don't know. Maybe another hour. I don't know. But let's mess with it and see. If it ends up being way too time-consuming and annoying, then we're not going to do them. Then I'm going to go back to the basin. We're going to continue on with the exploration of the basin and trying to finish up that side content that we've been trying to do now for a week and a half, and we just haven't been able to do it for various reasons, okay? So, let's see how that goes. But this is an interesting experiment that I'll be here, and this camera should look much better than it ever has before, but will it make my CPU go crazy? That's really the test here. Okay, I have no clue what's going to happen. I hope not. I hope that it doesn't make my CPU go crazy. Basically, when it's just doing what I just did, it's about 50%. I'm not kidding. Just doing this, 50% CPU use. So, I guess when we start gaming, we'll see. If the frame rate starts tanking, then I'm just going to go right back to 480p, and we're just going to have to accept when I game, the webcam's going to have to be washed out and fuzzy, and there's nothing I can do about that. Okay? I'm being told by Zach, there's 18 total Muspelheim trials, and then there's a post-game boss fight. So, there you go. We got 6 done. And it took about 45 minutes. See, I don't want to do another 3 hours in Muspelheim. I really don't. So, well, I guess we'll see. If I can turbo through them today, great. If not, maybe we'll do them later, or we just won't do them. We'll see. Okay? No Super Revive says there's a slight delay of button inputs. There is. Here's what you're going to notice. What you see here when I press a button will be delayed from when it happens on the screen. Ready? Watch this. Saw that? Saw how delayed it was? That's because with this new capture device, it actually post-processes the video a lot, which makes it look better, but then it's delayed for when you can see it. So there's a slight desync between the camera and the audio that you hear here and what you're going to see on screen. It's not huge. It's very small. It's momentary. So you might hear me react slightly to something that's about to happen in the game. Even if this ends up being a big issue, I can actually fix that too. I can actually make it so that the audio, and I'm trying to think if I can delay the webcam. Actually, I don't think I can delay the webcam, because I was thinking, could I desync the webcam? I don't think so. So maybe I can't fix that. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. You'll hear me momentarily react to something live here on camera before it happens, and then it happens immediately for you on the screen. All right? It shouldn't be that big of a desync. Right? So, hopefully it's not a big deal. Let's find out. You know, we're testing. We're still testing. This is still a test phase for the equipment to get it kind of working perfectly. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. There's no desync for me. When I'm playing, this is live. When I go like this is live for me. Like, everything I'm doing right now is perfectly live, okay? And by the way, let's just make sure. Okay, the audio is still working. Hallelujah. I was like, please tell me the game audio is working, and it is. Okay. So yeah, I have no delay on my end. I'm good. So let's see. Today, test stream of God of War. We'll do some more Muspelheim trials. We'll go back to the basin. We'll continue on there, see how far we can get. Maybe we can finish the basin today, which would be great. So that when we play again in a couple of days, now we can have major progress perhaps in the story again, right? Good stuff. So, thank you all. I mean, what a week. Thank you for being patient, okay? This week, I fully understand if there were some people who were very upset with the fact that basically there was no gameplay since Monday. You know, I had promised you guys that when I came back from Christmas, I was going to hunker down and do my best to make great progress in all the games I'm playing, and then there's literally no progress whatsoever because I couldn't capture because my old device broke, right? A humongous, ginormous, huge shout out to the longtime viewer and fan who sent me this new capture device that happens to be compatible with Windows 8.1. I'm very happy that I have one now, and this one, I'm hoping, if this is as good as the previous AverMedia, that one lasted 8.5 freaking years, right? So this one hopefully will last a while, and what I am hoping is, honestly, the next upgrade is a full-on PC upgrade. New PC, internal capture device, you know what I mean? Like, full-on upgrading of everything here, rather than an on-the-fly, sporadic, panic upgrade. You know what I mean? So let's hope for the best. But today I think was going to be a good day. We get back into the swing of things. You guys are going to enjoy much better visuals. All right. And everything should be good moving forward. I think what's going to happen is people will be shocked when they start watching me play games. Like, wait a minute, what the? That's Phil's stream. Like, why does it look so good? Because now the colors are going to be better. No, hopefully no frame stuttering or frame drops. You know, we'll see. Anyway, did I get the 2 capture cards I ordered? No, I ordered on Monday when we were on Amazon together. I ordered 2 other capture devices. All right, both of which are inferior to this one. Both of them are basically kind of off-brand. They were cheaper things that I was thinking I could just use those temporarily. But now I got one that's working and it's good. So I'm probably just going to return them. Why mess around with more devices and open them up and fuck with them when I need to be playing games? You know, I have to be playing games right now. I can't be dicking around and wasting more and more time on other devices. I need to be playing games and making progress so we can get to the year-end series, so we can get to the new stuff, you know. So there you go. I'm probably just going to return them both this week. You know, you can return them, like I told you, at the local Kohl's. You just bring them right up to the counter. Here you go. And, all right, it's not that easy. You do have to go to Amazon.com and generate your return label for them to scan. But outside of that, it's pretty easy. So I'll probably just return them right away. And what else am I going to waste money? No, I'm not going to waste money to hold on to these things that I don't need. So, why not keep one for a backup? Because if I did, then I would have to open it and test it. I literally just said, I don't have time to be opening, testing, and messing with these things. I need to play games and make progress.
So you don't want to test a good backup solution and you're just going to fucking put all your eggs in one basket? Sounds like a very sensible business decision there, Phil.
I literally just said that. Okay. Okay. Are we good? I'm just trying to think if I covered all the basics of what I wanted to talk about before we got into anything interesting here today. Because now I can actually outline the schedule. We could also talk a little bit about viewer's choice. Like, we could actually talk about normal stuff again. After, like, several days of weird shit going on here. We can actually talk normally about things again, which I'm relieved. Okay? So, okay. So, guys, we're back to normal today. Let's talk about the schedule. Hallelujah. All right? So, today, it is God of War Ragnarok on the first stream. As I already stated, we started Muspelheim last night, just on a whim to test the camera, but I ended up...
I'm going 1.25 speed. I've got no patience for this garbage fucking schedule.
beating 6 trials. If there really are 18, maybe I could turbo through the rest because I know how they work. I don't know. I guess we'll see how quickly we go. If, basically, we don't get too far, and it seems like it's going to be tedious, I'm not doing it. I want to make progress, so we're going to head back to the basin. If you remember, I killed 2 of the 3 dragons. I completed the stag quest. We have to find the 4 stags of the 4 seasons and trade those in with Ratataskar, or whatever the squirrel's name is. And then we continue on in that area. There's still a lot more to do in that area to explore, and there's a whole new... I know there's a berserker fight in there we didn't do yet, so we're still looking around in there, okay? So that's going to be the focus of today's main gameplay stream. Yes, we're trying out some new things with the webcam and everything. We'll see how it goes. There may be some tech difficulties. We'll tweak them on the fly. Hopefully everything will work well, okay? I hope so. Okay. Then, on tonight's late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it's High on Life. Now, I was told last night there's some kind of a fun Easter egg that I should do in High on Life before I actually do the next assassination. What sucks about that is I'm in the middle of the world where I need to do the next assassination. Like, I didn't know that there was an Easter egg, so I went to the world and I was spending like 10-15 minutes of the last stream just going around exploring, getting optional chests that I couldn't open originally before I had the jetpack. But now I have it, so I'm going around and I'm grabbing all these things. It's really good. But now someone's like, well, if you don't do this now and you do the next assassination, you head into the end game and you miss it and you can't do it. And I'm like, we'll see tonight what happens. Maybe I'll backtrack to the entrance and we will check out this Easter egg or not. We'll figure it out, okay? But tonight, I'm hoping to make good progress in the game. Someone actually said if I just focused solely on the story, I could beat High on Life tonight. Maybe. I don't know because I don't know how long the game is. But we'll see, okay? 6:45 p.m. Pacific time tonight, High on Life, okay? Tomorrow, we continue on with Pokemon Scarlet. Yes, finally we get to continue on with Pokemon after a week away. It's been a chill and fun playthrough. If you remember last time around, we had cleared up the final Pokemon Titan in the lake, and we were heading north and exploring north of the lake, but then we were going to head back to a Poke Center to recharge, and then we were going to go back to the Snowy Mountain where there's another gym, and if you head further than that, then there's the Team Star final base, and after that, we're into Endgame. So chill Pokemon Scarlet stuff tomorrow. Just for everyone to know, no, I have not received any requests to name any Pokemon in the last week. So everything is kind of still available as it was. If you remember during that playthrough, for $25, you can name a Pokemon. Well, right now it's still wide open. Okay? Okay.
Phil forgot to specify tips there. So that's on him. Somebody sends him a super chat for $25, try and name it. That is all on Phil for forgetting to specify tips there. He sometimes fucks himself over here. He sometimes forgets to fucking state that it's tips he wants to fucking do his fucking incentives. Things like bounties as well, not shit, or whatever. Remember the fucking guy gave him like $99.99 fucking super chat? Basically a $100 super chat to drink gin for a fucking Christmas. He's like, no, that wasn't a tip. But Phil forgot to fucking specify at certain points that he would do it for tips only. He said it sometimes, but not all the fucking time. So any casual fan that just comes in and hears Phil say, oh, $100 of contributions, I'll drink fucking a shot of this. It's on Phil for fucking miswording this and, misleading his fans. And yet again, Phil is potentially misleading his fans because if he gets a $25 super chat here asking can he name his Pokemon for tomorrow's fucking stream or whatever.
Endgame. So chill Pokemon Scarlet stuff tomorrow. Just for everyone to know, no, I have not received any requests to name any Pokemon in the last week. So everything is kind of still available as it was. If you remember during that playthrough, for $25 you can name a Pokemon. Well, right now it's still wide open, okay?
See, they don't mention tips. Not one mention of tips there. So if someone fucking gives him a super chat for $25 and Phil says fuck off, then that's all Phil's fault for not specifying that.
Okay. All right, tomorrow night, the late stream, Warzone. Warzone returns to the streams Saturday night. Haven't done, Warzone in over a week now. I know you guys have been really enjoying Warzone. I was getting better at it. Will be interesting to see how it looks now with the new setup. So I hope you guys will join me for Warzone tomorrow night. Survival fun, Battle Royale fun, okay? So then what we're going to do for the rest of the week, we're going to alternate every day. One day it's God of War and High on Life until one of them's done, which is probably going to be High on Life first. What we will do when High on Life is done is we'll sit down and we'll talk about it and determine what game would you guys like to see next, okay? We have a few options. Option number one is a game that I just received along with my new capture device, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core on the Switch. I got a copy from my fan. He said he just happened to have an extra copy. So here you go. There it is. Literally only the second physical Switch game I've ever owned. The only other one I ever owned was ARMS. That's it. So we could play this if you guys want me to jump into this and see what it's all about. Or we could do other stuff. There's many games available that I skipped, during the last couple of months. So if you guys wanted to see me start up a completely different kind of playthrough from a game that I skipped, what are we talking about? Evil West, Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Marvel's Midnight Suns. That's just a few. There's like 7 or 8, and I can't remember them off the top of my head now. There's so many I skipped, I can't remember them. Seriously. Right? So I guess we'll see. Or maybe you want to see me do something retro. Maybe you would like me to play Resident Evil 1 Remake, since we started it on Christmas. Maybe you want to see me jump into that playthrough. Because that playthrough, by the way, is not very long. I think it's less than 20 hours. So maybe that'd be something fun and quick to do as a late night playthrough to balance with everything else for variety's sake. I wouldn't oppose that at all. I'd be happy to do that. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Once we get to the end of High on Life, we'll have the discussion and we'll have people brainstorm and, we'll maybe narrow it down to figure out exactly what you guys want, all right? The truth is we need to do the year-end series, but I can't do those until I finish God of War. I have to finish God of War before we can do that. And that's going to be coming up the next week and a half. I'll finish it and then we can do it, okay? Then, once all that is done, I believe it's like January 10th. I'm not kidding. Yes, that close. One Piece Odyssey comes out, which I'm very interested in playing. It's a One Piece JRPG, right? I haven't played a new JRPG in a very long time. And this one's One Piece, which I actually like. So, and it's a unique story as well. It's not like you need prerequisite knowledge of the anime to understand it. Apparently, it's its own standalone deal. So I'm very excited and very interested in that. Later on this month, we got the Dead Space remake. Abso-freaking-lutely, I'm playing the Dead Space remake at this point. I absolutely want to compare the Dead Space remake to the Callisto Protocol. Head to head, I want to know which one was better, and I'm going to be honest with you all along that way as I play it, okay? Now, there is another game coming up in January called Forspoken. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I was never really impressed with this game. At first, I thought the visuals looked nice, but after that, I never really thought the game was very good. Even all the hype and everything that Square Enix keeps putting behind it, I'm not really impressed with it. I'm not really interested in it. If you guys absolutely convince me to play it, maybe I will, but I'm thinking I might skip it. What's funny is, last year you guys yelled at me and you said you guys should, as a gamer, you should be making decisions on only playing the games you're most interested in. You shouldn't be pressured to play every new release. So this is an example of a game that I'm really not interested in Forspoken at all. So I don't think I want to play it. How many people now will be on my case for it and be like, you're not playing the new game. What's your problem? What kind of a gamer and content creator are you? I guarantee that you're going to hear it. I guarantee it. I'm not, without fail, you're going to hear that. People are going to yell at me and be like, why are you not playing Forspoken? I guarantee it. But we'll see. All right, we'll see what happens. So that's basically the new games of January. I think there's a few other thrown in there, but those are the 3 big ones for January. I'm definitely interested in One Piece Odyssey, and I'm definitely interested in the Dead Space remake. But the good thing is this will give us time now to not only do the year-end series, but then to play catch-up on some of the playthroughs of games that I missed out on in the last few months. Plus, you guys are currently nominating games for the upcoming Viewers' Choice event. All right, both members and non-members are nominating games for this event. Thank you to anyone who contributed over the last month to make that happen. All right, and actually, I believe it was about a week ago. I think it was Saturday of last week. It was during the Christmas Eve event, the WWE event, when we hit the goal. So thank you to everyone who contributed in any way. I believe it was T. Michael Gamer and Email who both gave a large number of memberships last week to make that happen. So how do you nominate games? If you type ! Viewers Choice into the chat, a link will pop up where you can nominate games. Or if you just look at the main channel page of DSP Gaming's community tab, it's there publicly for everyone. If you're a channel member, there's also a thread there just for members to nominate games. And it's very important that members use their power. You're a member. You know, there's over 500 of you. You get the ability to nominate a game that will be right into the final poll. You skip the whole major nominations process. You're going to get right into the final poll as an option.
I'm getting asked here, James Holter, does he have some large liver spots on his forehead? I mean, yeah, kinda. I mean, they really stand out today, don't they?
Okay.
Look at them. That's what I'm saying. He's actually turned this way. So, I mean, but look at the fucking, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I mean, what in the absolute fuck, man? Picking at his fucking scabby forehead, man. Clatty wee bastard, man. Fuck me.
Poll. You skip the whole major nominations process. You're going to get right into the final poll as an option, okay? So, I'm going to let those nominations run basically until sometime next week. Okay, they just started on Monday. It's only Friday. So I'll probably let those run till sometime middle of next week. And then we will create the polls. It's going to be the game that was most nominated by the members. And then I'm going to tally up all the nominations of everyone else. And whatever the games that have the most nominations there, probably pick like 4 of them. So you guys will be polling between like 5 games. And whatever wins that final poll will be a full-on playthrough that I'll be doing here on DSP Gaming in January. All right, we're starting in January. So what will it be? I can tell you right now, I've seen many nominations for Oblivion. I've seen many nominations for Fallout 3. I've seen quite a few nominations for games that I missed in the fall. And people were upset that I missed them, and now they want to see me play them. So I've seen that too. And I've seen oddball nominations. This is what always happens, is you get such a good... It's almost like a big chaotic flooding of randomness that people think of that they want to see me play, which I'm totally for. Like, that's cool. You know, the more the merrier. So, if you haven't yet, please submit your nominations. You got about a week left, I guess I would say. And then probably what I'll do is around middle to late next week, we'll close off that nominations process. We'll tally it up, make polls. You guys will start voting, and that'll determine the games that I actually play around mid-January as viewers' choice. So we got a lot coming up. We got the conclusion of the games I'm playing, the year-end series, likely 1 to 2 other new games that we will interject into the rotation at this time for variety purposes. Then we've got new games coming out in One Piece Odyssey and Dead Space.
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much to K9 Delight for the tip. He says, thanks for DSP Bingo, my man. Been listening through my earbuds during work for the last couple of months. Wanted to thank you for the meaningful content. Happy New Year, bud. Thank you very much, K9 Delight. I appreciate that. I'm glad it helps you get through work, pal. You know what I mean? If my dumbass rambling and ranting and raving at feels fucking nonsensical bullshittery helps anyone fucking get through their fucking daily grind of work, you know what I mean? I'm happy it fucking helps, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you very much, Tip. I do appreciate it. And yeah, Happy New Year to you too. As tomorrow, guys, I'll be boring you all with some Hogmanay traditions I do. As I said, I still... My fiance still mocks me for doing first footing because she thinks it's a bit daft just to fucking go outside right before the fucking year ends, then knock on the door to come back in with like a fucking bottle of alcohol. But it's something I've done since I was a wee kid. If you want to know about first footing, Google it, as I said, you know what I mean? But I'll probably go on a bit more tomorrow. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to Hogmanay and New Year's Day. Basically Hogmanay in Scotland is the 31st of December. And it's basically a wee holiday in itself for the Scots, just to drink more, essentially.
Variety purposes. Then we've got new games coming out in One Piece Odyssey and Dead Space Remake. And we got the viewer's choice and catch up as well on stuff that I missed. So, you know, we got a lot of stuff coming up in January. It's going to be a very exciting month. All right. Let me go put this back. I'm trying to think, where should I put this, actually? I don't have, like, a place to put physical games. I don't have any. I have all digital games. Like, I don't even have a place. I guess I'll toss it in my closet and hope I remember where it is. Hold on. It's pretty funny. I'll put it right here. Just toss it on top of a box. I have nowhere else to go. It's pretty funny. All right. Am I up to date on One Piece? Absolutely not. Absolutely freaking not. I'm insanely backdated on One Piece. So, yeah, I'm not gonna know shit. But then again, like they said, this game is supposed to be a standalone adventure. I mean, yes, Luffy will have crew members who are part of his crew from the anime and the manga, but it's supposed to be its own story. It's not like, oh, you need to have all this prerequisite knowledge of every single character and everything to understand the story. It's supposed to be its own deal, which is good. Self-contained, I believe, is what they would call it, right? Something else interesting. My office is organized. What? Well, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to explain. Previously, my office was always a horrendous mess. You've seen pictures of the wires, the sea of wires, and the fire hazard. That was my office, correct? I know you've seen it. So, you may say, you know, how did you even operate like that for 8.5 years, right? Well, with this new capture device, this capture device does not need an HDMI splitter anymore like I've always needed up to now. This capture device has pass-through. So since it passes through, I can eliminate the HDMI splitter. I can immediately eliminate 2 extra HDMI cables from my setup and a power device. Now, in addition, as you guys know, sadly, my PS3 has not been used in years. My PS3 used to be used as a legacy console to play PlayStation 3 exclusive games and also to play PS1 and PS2 games that I would download off of PSN and we would play emulated on there. Sadly, that's not possible because it basically bricked itself one day about 2 years ago. I was updating the console because I was interested in playing some retro games. And I turned it on and it said, oh, console update. You know, install the update from the internet. Okay, update finishes, it bricks the console. Not that it doesn't turn on, it just won't connect to the internet ever again. Whenever I try, it just gives error codes. So the console had to update that self-bricked it. So since then, I haven't been able to do anything with it. It's just sat there for 2 years. Now, admittedly, we haven't done anything with it for 2 years. I'm not missing it. So I retired my HDCP bypass setup. For those who don't know, way back in the day, PlayStation 3 had what was called high definition copyright protection on it. What that means is whenever you play anything on your PS3, if you try to capture, error if you're trying to use HDMI. Now, if you used component, which is the red, green, blue, that would bypass HDCP. But if you tried to capture from HDMI, it would always give you this copy protection error, and you just couldn't do it. Now, certain devices would automatically bypass it, but I was old school. Before anyone else was doing it, I purchased a custom setup that basically what it would do, it would take the video feed from the HDMI. It would rip the audio and the video separately into 2 completely separate channels, convert it to a different signal, then take that signal back, recombine it into one, and then put it back into another HDMI cable. By doing this ripping apart and reforming, it would strip the HDCP from it, and it would allow me to direct capture and stream from my PS3. I was one of the earlier people who did this, but over time, tons of people started doing it, because people were like, this is bullshit. We own the fucking console. Why can't we rip from it? It doesn't even make sense. In reality, it's a very legal gray area. And no one really ever, you know, Sony never took it to court or anything that people were doing this. And now, Sony wised up, both on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, they don't have HDCP for gaming. You can turn it off and then you can game and capture no problem. The only time you cannot disable HDCP is if you're watching a movie, because they don't want you ripping a raw movie off of your console and then, you know, watching it for free or putting it on the internet or doing shit like that. Okay? But anyway, it's a dinosaur. It's a thing, it's literally a thing of the past that doesn't affect us in the present anymore. So this setup, this HDCP bypass setup, I only used it for the PS3. And how often was that? And I'd used it in over 2 years, and it was always there. So it was 2 completely different units. One unit would rip the audio visual from the feed, and the other would then reform it. So it was 2 boxes, 2 power supplies, like 7 cables. I'm not shitting you, because there was like HDMI in, or DVI out, DVI to HDMI. Then there was a optical audio cable that went between the 2. And then each one had its own power supply. And then I had to have HDMI out from the other box into the other thing. So it was just like 100 things. And they were sitting on my floor. So I cleaned all that up. So now here's what I've got left. I got 1 big power strip. That's, you know, surge protector. And I've got a Ethernet mini, like, hub there. Okay? So my Ethernet cable is coming from my modem on one side of the room over there. Goes to the hub. So those Ethernet cables now go several places. One of them goes to my laptop. One of them goes to my console. Okay? And one of them also goes to my, well, it goes to either the PlayStation or the Xbox, and the other one can go to, like, the Switch. So basically Ethernet. I need Ethernet to play these consoles online and to download things. So that's a necessary evil. Then we've got the PlayStation 5, we've got the Xbox Series X, and their appropriate power adapters plugged into the surge protector. We've got an extra HDMI cable coming out of the Switch, so that can plug into my capture device whenever I need it. We've got this guy. And this also, sadly, is a necessary evil. I wish I could eliminate this from my setup, but I can't. If I want to get audio out of my PlayStation 5 or out of my Switch, I need to use this. So what this is the old Astro audio adapter unit. And what this does is it takes audio out of the optical audio out from my TV, which is coming from any console plugged into it, and it pumps it through here and gives it artificial surround sound. It's not true surround. It's kind of like stereo plus plus. So for our PS5 and Switch, I don't get true surround sound. But it's the only way that I can actually get this working with those consoles. Without that, I would have no audio coming out of the PS5 at all. I'd be silent PS5, because they don't have dual audio out on PS5 because they're idiots. So that's a necessary evil, and that's USB and optical out, so I need that. That has to be running across my floor, okay? Outside of that, the only other thing is the USB cable now coming from my new capture device. So what's actually over there? PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, my new capture device, and the Wii that's not being used. The Wii is sitting there. It's unused. It's just, if I ever want to play a GameCube game, it's there, but I'm not using it currently. It's just sitting there in my system. Surge protector with everything plugged into it, and Ethernet hub. That's it. I removed like 3 to 4. The HDMI splitter gone and all those cables. The whole HDCP bypass setup gone and all those cables. All the superfluous stuff is gone. So the floor is clean. It used to be the floor was full of fucking a sea of wires and shit. And my old capture device used to sit in the middle of the floor, and that's what Jasper used to come and lay on. It's all cleaned up. I even used cable management. I actually have a cable tie on my cables now that holds them all together. It's pretty good. If people want a photo, I'm not gonna take a photo now only because I'm streaming. Maybe later I'll take a photo and share with you guys. But this is it's like streamlined nice now. It's much better than it ever was. And I'm actually happy with the setup now because I can actually walk across my room and not trip and fall. Not have to worry about, oh, I stepped on my capture device, now my whole system explodes. And the capture device is over there now with my setup. The capture device used to be in the middle of the floor on the carpet. Now it's in my entertainment setup with all my other consoles sitting there nicely. That's where it should have been to begin with. Okay? So, it's funny, you know what they say? Perhaps sometimes you get a gift in disguise. Maybe that's exactly what this was. Maybe after 8.5 years, I needed to have something to kick me in my old, tired, lazy ass and say, hey, Phil, update your setup for somehow. Now, I wanted to update the PC, but I can't afford it. This was a way. I'm going to get better visuals. I have a cleaner setup, right? Everything's more streamlined. This is good. This might actually end up huge. Because some people last night were like, wow, your setup looks so good now. Do you really need a new PC upgrade? And the answer is yes, I still do. My PC is 8.5 years old. Who knows how long it's going to last? Right? We don't know. But at the same time, this is definitely going to extend the life of what I'm doing. Everything now looks better. I mean, just the webcam upgrade this year was amazing. Look how clear I look now on camera. And now we're going to have new visuals with the gaming. So it's kind of like almost a whole new setup to begin with. I mean, perfection would be if there were no frame drops and stuttering at all. But I don't think we're going to get there until I get a new PC. Okay? By the way, speaking of Jasper, he wanted to be in here so badly today. Now, Kat's home. Kat's actually working a lot coming up this week. I think Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I think she'll be working during the daytime for a change. And because she's working during the daytime, that means Jasper will be able to be in here for daytime streams this week. So he'll be in here much later this week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, he should be in here. And by the way, yes, you heard that right. Wednesday. I'm actually streaming on Wednesday. I didn't even get to the schedule yet. We'll talk about that in a second. So since he's going to be in here, it'll be interesting to see now with the new setup, what's he going to do? Right? What's he going to mess with? What's he going to play with? Because normally he would lay next to a console or he would lay next to on the capture device on the floor. Now he's going to be like, well, everything's different. Now what? Right? But this morning he wanted to be in here and he was running in and out like a bolt when I was setting up. And I basically had to lure him back downstairs to be with Kat and then come back up quickly before he followed me so he wouldn't run into the office again. He's a hyper cat today. He's really wanted to be in the office for some reason. So, okay. So, ladies and gents, whew. Let's continue now. So here's the plan with the schedule. Today it's God of War Ragnarok and High on Life. Tomorrow, Pokemon Warzone. Sunday, God of War High on Life. Monday, Pokemon Warzone. If we happen to finish High on Life at any point, we'll try to put a new game in there. I'm strongly leaning, I think, towards Resident Evil 1 Remake. I think that would be a really neat game to throw in at this time for variety's sake. Plus, I started playing it. I was really liking it, and it's tough because I'm playing it on the harder difficulty. So I think that would be neat. But anyway, that's my suggestion. I'm sure you guys have suggestions too. But I'm streaming today, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm playing all those days. This is an extended streaming week for me. Okay? So I'm glad. Actually, this is the perfect time for that because I lost out on so much gameplay this last week with this device not working, right? Now, I can maybe play catch up on that. Maybe if we finish some of these games, I can even do the year-end series, but that's wishful thinking because I don't think we're going to finish God of War this week. I'm just being honest. But let's see. So today, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, 3 more streams of God of War, 9 more hours of God of War this week. That's excellent. That means that puts us in the position to finish it that next week and then do the year-end series, okay? Same thing with Pokemon. I don't know how much longer I have left in Pokemon Scarlet, but you got to think we're getting near the end, right? I don't know how long the actual like Elite Four and Endgame plotline is in the game. I guess we'll see. Anyway, so that's the deal. That's what's going on. I know that's a lot. All right. One final thing before we get to like shout outs and we don't have the shout outs. One final thing before we get to Q&A. I would like to point to
oh my fucking god, the fucking guilt tripping. Oh, What? Before we get to shoutouts? Oh, we don't have any fucking shoutouts. You fucking... Hint, hint, motherfucker. Hint, hint. And yes, he's actually pointing at text on the screen right now. I can tick that right as he's fucking doing it. It was just a coincidence I fucking paused it right as he's fucking pointing there, but... Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. I want to see that again. I want to see his fucking wee piggy face try and fucking guilt trip his goddamn audience into fucking giving them tips here.
Game plotline is in the game.
Go on, Phil. Let's see a little sad boy face. He didn't get any fucking tips.
I guess we'll see. Anyway, so that's the deal. That's what's going on. I know that's a lot. All right. One final thing before we get to like shout outs and we don't have any shout outs. One final thing before we get to Q&A.
And of course Q&A as well. Of course, I'm glad you. The train was trying to remind me about Q&A and everything, but yeah. I would have caught it there anyway because I was fucking watching that game. But there we go. Q&A as well. There we fucking go. This is a very strong fucking guard so far. Good shit.
I would like to point to the members' goal. FYI, even though it is still December, any memberships that come in now count for January. I already said, let's go early. Anything you do now counts for the new month. That way it makes perfect sense, and it's not like anyone's becoming a member and they feel like, oh, it's wasted because it doesn't count. No, it counts for January's goal. January's goal reward is something special, and I've never done this before. DSP's Super Bowl Saturday Bash. I'm going to be doing a marathon where I dress up in football attire. I have 3 different American football jerseys that I'm going to be wearing and alternating. I'm also going to buy some football gear, like a hat that has either 2 beers or whatever you can put on the side and drink. I'm going to get snacks that are football-related snacks that you would have at like a halftime party or you would have at like a tailgate party. And I'll be trying out those various snacks during the course of the day as part of the marathon event. In addition, I'll be reacting to old school advertisements from Super Bowls of the past. Advertising is a major part of Super Bowl Sunday. It's actually one of the biggest things that people watch it for rather than the game itself. So it'd be great to react to some really old ads. You guys loved when I reacted to ads at the end of November for Black Friday. So we're going to do kind of a similar thing here. And then in addition to that, we're likely going to play some retro games. I know for a fact that on the Switch, there's some old school football games on there that we could play and just dick around with, which I've never even played before. So that'd be pretty fun too, I think. Okay, so a good variety event where I've never done anything like that before. If we hit the members goal for the month of 600 members, and we do that at any point during January, we lock into doing that event. Now, if we hit 600 members, then we will discuss the possibility of a tier 2 reward system where basically I will say, hey, if we hit another members goal, I'll do something better or different or bigger. But we have to get there. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. So I'm not going to say anything about that as of now, but we have to hit the 600. If we hit the 600, then let's talk about further rewards. Fair enough? Okay. One final thing. I talked to you guys about that in 2023. I have big plans for new improvements and things and new stuff. I still do. But sadly, this whole week has kind of set me back a bit. I was really hoping that I was going to finish my year-end series by the end of this week, which means that I could basically, first full week of January, start with all these new plans. Sadly, I've kind of been set back now. Not too much, but at the same time, as you can see, yeah, losing out on all day Monday, all day Tuesday, all day yesterday. That's 3 whole days when, that are lost. So let's see how it goes this week with all the new games. I do have some interesting new plans and things that I want to announce for the new year that I think are going to be very exciting. And you guys, I hopefully will like the idea. All right. But I can't really announce them yet, only because, I'm set back. Let me get to the point where I'm caught up and then we can talk about that. Lastly, one final thing, because I almost never mention this on my streams. Today is December 30th. That means January 1st, the new month is right around the corner. Once a month, people pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, and if they pledge $50 or more, they earn a private video. Typically in the past, it used to be a private Q&A video where you could ask me questions and I would answer them for about 20 minutes or so. But recently, in the last 6 months, people have been very keen to do private react video requests, meaning you send me a video or series of videos, I watch them live and I react to them, I record, I upload and send it to you. That video is now your footage and you can do whatever you want with it because you own it. You can keep it for yourself, you can upload it to the internet to share, whatever you want. Basically, the reason I'm bringing this up, January 1st is when Patreon charges everyone for those pledges. So if you were interested in getting a private react video for the month of January, you have to pledge soon, like today or tomorrow. And then it'll count for the 1st of January, and then I would able to make that video for you, likely within the first 2 weeks of the month. I try to do it usually within the first half of the month, okay? But just to let everyone know that's coming up, typically I do need to take like a night stream off once a month to have time to sit down and do all those react videos. I actually have no idea how many I'm getting this month. I don't know. Last month I had a ton, I had a record amount. This month I have no clue. I don't know how many people are gonna like re-up their pledges from last month because they want another video because they liked it, or if people just did a one and done deal and then they're gonna pull back. Likely Slayer will do it again. Slayer's the person who actually came out with that idea. And I'm happy that he did because people really seem to like it. All right, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, last chance if you're interested, patreon.com/darksidephil. Okay. All right, guys, that pretty much covers everything I had to talk about on the podcast today. All right, which is different because usually I've been gabbing my head off every day. Today's a more calm day because we're back to business. Now, normally I would shout out contributions. Today we have nothing. No super chats. Incredibly inexpensive, like you spend $1 here. No super stickers. No memberships. No gifted memberships. No tips. We do have 45 thumbs up. If you would like to support the stream, there's many ways you can do so. Simply liking the stream and giving it a thumbs up gives the stream engagement and helps more people find it on YouTube. I would appreciate it if you're having a good time if you could like the stream. Outside of that, any contribution would be appreciated. Anything, is very helpful around here. So anything I just mentioned would help tremendously. As you know, we have goals in effect for tips. Gunner glasses at $50, a hat of your choice at $100, and all your favorite hats are back into the rotation. Including the Bender hat. We can do the military hat, whatever the heck you guys want. I don't give a crap today.
By the way, one goddamn hat I fucking care about.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Leave it open. Same thing with vests. If we get $150 in tips, you pick a vest. I'll have all of your favorite vests in the running today, like the platinum and the gold and the Marty McFly. All the silly ones will be in the running today. Okay. So thanks in advance to anyone who supports the stream in any way, and that's that. I literally have nothing to shout out. So I guess what we'll do is we'll open it up to open Q&A. If you guys have a question for me, please tag me in the chat. We'll chat here for a little bit. We'll see how it goes. All right. Mega Man NT says there's about 2 streams left for the main story of Pokemon. 3 or 4 streams if you end up doing post-game, which I think you should do. So that would be Sunday and Tuesday. No. Saturday and Monday. And then if I play it again on Wednesday, which likely I will because I'm streaming on Wednesday, and maybe another. All right, that would work out fine then. If we could finish Pokemon like early next streaming week, I would be totally okay with that. Okay. Thank you, Mega Man. That's perfect. That would actually allow me to properly review the game as well for my year-end series, so. No, I haven't done Minecraft streams in many years, Bronze Manticore. It used to be a regular thing around here. We retired that a long time ago, so. Well, I have more vests for tip goals to mix things up. No. We have, I'm not kidding. Would you like to know how many vests I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 vests. We have 9 different vests as of now. How often do we see a vest on the stream? If that, once a week? No, I'm not going to be adding new vests. Maybe there'll be some exceptions. There happens to be a game where there could be a themed vest that makes sense. But for the most part, why am I going to add more to something that I already have more than enough of, right? Excuse me. When will it...
Okay, how in the fuck do I count those? How many was that? How the fuck many was it? David Anson's asking, did Phil ignore that super chat for naming a Pokemon from earlier? I don't know. It's possible that we didn't get to that yet. We're behind maybe, but I don't know. How long ago did fucking that super chat get sent to Phil? I don't even know. But it is possible. I don't know. But yeah, how the fuck do I count this? I'm going to slow it down. 0.75. Right, how many burps was this?
Or to something that I already have more than enough of, right? Excuse me.
That's 5. That is 5. We have 5 burps in one fucking go right there. Rapid fucking fire. We would jump from 2 to fucking 7. Jesus Christ almighty. 3. No, it's definitely 5.
Right.
4 in quick succession and then 1 end in 1.
Excuse me. When will the testing phase for the new camera be official? It's official as of now. We're testing. Like I said, what I want to do today, here's what we're testing today. We already know the visuals look good. We already know the audio will be fine.
Pause, please asking, has Phil been racist yet? I mean, he's got a new JRPG to look forward to, One Piece. He's brought that up. And they didn't actually mention the culture of Japan, so that's a plus. Yeah, Phil's not, I don't think Phil's been racist yet today. So congratulations, Phil, for making it at least for an hour or so without being racist. Well done, Phil.
But the test is, with this 1080p quality webcam, can I play the game and not have significant frame stuttering? If I can, great. If I can't, well, then we'll go back to 480p. So that's really the test for today. So that's what the feedback I need for you guys. Okay? Please let me know. By the way, do I have to move the camera for God of War? I don't think it goes there, does it? No, I guess it does. Upper right? Yeah, it did. It was in the upper right corner for God of War. Yeah, it was. Never mind. Okay. I should be able to be high on life. If not tonight, Sunday, there's not much left. Good. That's good to know, too. I'll be honest, I really think I want to play Resident Evil 1 Remake. Like, I'm feeling it. When I was playing it during the Christmas marathon, I was like, wow, this game is good, and it's tough, but I don't really remember it that well because this is the remake, and I've only played this once before, and I only played it with Chris, so I actually really don't remember the puzzles or anything because I played it in a different order. So I think that's what I'm leaning towards right now, is like the next filler, not really filler, but the next playthrough that's not a new release. I think that would make sense, okay? Okay. I have some shout-outs to do now. I received a $20 tip from Brett F. He says, Happy New Year, Phil. Thank you very much to Brett. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for the first tip of the day. Let's get to your animation. And by the way, yes, now I know that Christmas is over. The Christmas animations are starting to get tired. These will be running for the rest of this week, likely next week. My next streaming week, I will set up to be more refreshed for the new year. New animations, and I'm going to try to update the background here as well. So that it's newer stuff. Not all new stuff, but some newer stuff, okay? Cool.
I love how surprised some of you guys are that Phil's fucking guilt tripping worked. It always fucking works. Phil puts on the fucking sad boy act. He's, oh, we didn't get any support so far, guys. I can't give any shout-outs because none of you guys have given me money yet. Hint, hint. And of course, fucking deadheads are like, oh shit. I thought somebody would have fucking given him some money by now. We can't fucking have that. I better fucking get my credit card right fucking now from my mummy and make sure she doesn't see me swiping it so I can give Phil all the monies. And yes, I'm allowed to fucking use that and fucking make fun of Phil fans for that because Derek done it. Because Derek done it one fucking time, I'm allowed to fucking make it seem like every single Phil fan is in the mold of Derek who steals his mother's credit card to fucking tip Phil.
Let's see here. Also, I received a $4.20 tip from Phoenix Wright, who says, objection! If there's no tips, then what would you call this? And so, Phoenix Wright pulled up the skirt from the wheelchair, and under the wheelchair, hidden under there, was the murder weapon, the bloody bust.
Did Phil just refer to his own fan as being in a fucking wheelchair? I'm trying to... Wow. I think Phil's been watching too much detractor content. I'm just going to say it, I think he's been watching too many detractors if he's actually fucking saying that shit.
Does anyone remember that? That was for my very first Phoenix Wright playthrough almost 10, if not 10 years ago. It was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen in a game. At that point, I was so furious because I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to figure that out? I was supposed to figure out that someone who was sitting in a wheelchair hid a bloody bust statue under their wheelchair covered in like a tarp, or I don't know if it was supposed to be a dress, a tarp, or just a piece of...
Oh my god, I mean, I'm genuinely curious to see this. I want to pick go this. I want to... So what should we look for? Bust? Should we just search bust, maybe? Oh man, that's a goddamn lot of results. Maybe wheelchair. That'll be one word or two words. 10 years ago, he said. 10 years ago. Let's go to the older results. Not that long ago. Fallout and fucking everything else. Tales of fucking gibberish. Psychonauts, Dragon's Quest, Silent. It might not even be on fucking YouTube. Oh yeah, there we go. Phoenix Wright, Justice for All, Part 68. Hold on, I mean... So, we know the game. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. How about this actually? Bust, Phoenix Wright. So that's not 10 years ago, but this would be. Busted or something, safe and sound, something busted. I'm just trying to think which one would it be. I mean, is it? I mean, it's probably Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Also, I've got Phoenix Wright here. Type in wheelchair. But this. Hold on, here we go.
Bust under his...
Hold on.
Agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. This is, and I hate to say this is just as bad as in case 3.
It was case 3 then. He's actually talking about case 3.
when they said they hid a fucking giant bust under his wheelchair.
I mean, where's case 3 then? Fuck me, man. Hold on. I know we're fucking falling behind a wee bit here, but will it even be labelled as fucking case 3? Would this be case 3 technically? This shit here.
Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Objection!
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
What the fuck, man? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh my, it's just... so it's case 3. Apparently it was involved in this shit. I don't know. How do you fucking find this shit, man? I don't even know if it's going to be fucking critical.
Well, Acro's an acrobat. You should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro, you can't run away from these. I watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What the fuck?
What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say?
I fuck this one. Where the fuck the hell is him with it? I want to fucking just see the fucking point, you know, part where it's like, okay, where's the fucking bust? Where's Phil fucking trying to figure this shit out? Blah 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 blah. Oh my fucking god, what's this?
That he knew where the ringmaster's head would be. What the fuck is that gonna be?
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. And Phil just fucking trying his best to find that. Fuck it. It's part of these fucking playthroughs, I think, but nah, I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking find it. I want to fucking find it, but I don't think we're gonna fucking find it. It's definitely part of Phoenix Wright. I'm pretty sure the 2012 uploads 10 years ago. So randomly Phil makes a reference to that. I just wanted to see the fucking thing. What Phil meant when he fucking said reference there. Once again there, Phoenix Wright AA. That's how he titled it, Phoenix Wright AA. Bust. Ah, Christ, man, I'm just trying to think here. Which one would cause Phil fucking rage and salt? I don't know. I don't know, I'm giving up for them. We're going back to Bingo. I don't want to fall too far behind, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'd have loved to have found that fucking clip where Phil lost his goddamn mind trying to figure that shit out. Just to be reminded of what Phil said there.
Skirt from the wheel. Cool. Let's see here. Also, I received a $4.20 tip from Phoenix Wright, who says, objection! If there's no tip, then what would you call this? And so, Phoenix Wright pulled up the skirt from the wheelchair, and under the wheelchair, hidden under there, was the murder weapon, the bloody bust. Does anyone remember that? That was for my very first Phoenix Wright playthrough almost 10, if not 10 years ago. It was the stupidest thing I'd ever seen in a game. At that point, I was so furious, because I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to figure that out? I was supposed to figure out.
Well, that's a good suggestion for searching, actually. Never mind that. Figure. I can type in figure. Hold on. One more try, one more time. Figure it out, figure it magic, figure. I don't know if we're going to find it here. Maybe here. What about this?
Pretty big hurry, though. You'll figure it out eventually.
Nah. I thought Phil would have said figure it out as well back then, but nah, he's not saying it. Bloody bust. I could search bloody bust. Or just bloody. Body scarf. God damn it. I typed in bloody and didn't really seem to fucking yield much, sadly. Body scarf, though. And bust is got 15 different results, so dropped it. That's what I'm saying, like this part here.
And we think he dropped the bust on him. You saw Max's. Oh! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene.
I don't know if I can idea. Nah, I'm tapping out. Hold on, that's an idea. Skirt. Nah, nothing fucking skirt. Or under. A bit under. I don't know. This is the last attempt. Otherwise, probably fucking 42 fucking results. Understood. Do you understand? Understand. Nah, I think I'm gonna have to tap out and give up. I'm gonna have to just give up by finding this shit. Nah, okay, I'm giving up. I'm gonna take Phil's word that he fucking lost his goddamn mind at fucking a wheelchair fucking witness in the Phoenix, right?
That someone who was sitting in a wheelchair hid a bloody bust statue under their wheelchair, covered in like a tarp, or I don't know if it was supposed to be a dress, a tarp, or just a piece of like fabric. It was the most confusing thing I've ever. I was like, how would I know that? There's no way you would ever guess that. I was just supposed to know it. So I remember that. To this day, it still pisses me off thinking about it. But I also have many good memories of Phoenix Wright as well. So, so Hero says, I finished Callisto Protocol a few days ago. Absolutely loved it. He played it on PS5. Hero says, Resident Evil 1 is honestly pretty long, but it's fun. Can't wait for you to play it. You say long, but you're talking about long via survival horror standards. Long via survival horror standards is like 15 to 20 hours long, which is, I think, how long that game is. You know, this is not a 40 to 50 hour playthrough, but that's good. If it's like 20, if it's 20 hours, then we could alternate this all month as like a late night stream. I think I'd be cool with that. So Jade is interested. He says, Resident Evil 1, Mario plus Rabbids, and Midnight Suns would be the ones he's interested in, although he'll be here no matter what. Plum Girl says, what is your general plan for the future PC upgrade? Save up money over the course of 2023? Do you anticipate more test streams to get up and running? Just curious. Test streams, no. I don't think we need test streams. Today, we're just going right into it. The gameplay is the test. If the gameplay looks like shit, we'll adjust on the fly. We got to get back to business at this point. We can't dick around with this anymore. Okay? Okay? Now, as for upgrading the PC, which seems like the next logical step, we've upgraded the capture device. We've upgraded the webcam. Every piece has been upgraded but the PC, right? That's the most pricey part. As you know, we priced it out over the summer, and we were estimating anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000, $1,500 being low end and just doing what I need, while $3,000 being future-proofing and allowing me to upgrade my setup significantly. So here's the deal. Would I like to upgrade it right away? Yes. Can I? No. Can't afford it. All right? If the year goes well, and things go well, right? And, you know, let's be honest, if things are profitable, and maybe we even see an uptick in some, you know, profitability of my business this year, then maybe I could do it sooner rather than later. I'd love to do it sooner rather than later. In fact, again, here's the thing. I can't outright tell you because I would be spoiling some of the ideas I have for things I'm doing in 2023 that are new and different. I don't want to spoil those yet. We'll get to those when we get to them, possibly within a couple of weeks here, okay? So please don't make me spoil the surprise of what I'm working on, okay? But there's a possibility with some new stuff that I'm doing that we may see more attention and more profitability depending. Maybe not. You're having a fun and interactive time with me and you're finding entertainment, positivity, and value in it, then the support should just come naturally. Okay? I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. Bust under his wheelchair, which you can't do because wheelchairs have, you know, a freaking axle between the wheels. Same thing. Commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. You must wish to break your end of your agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that is your intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. This is, and I hate to say this is just as bad as in case 3 when they said they hid a fucking giant bust under his wheelchair.
That's the thing I found earlier on. So I actually find him trying to figure this out at the fucking time. I found this earlier on as well. Him talking to his fucking machine and him saying this is as bad as that fucking game. So this is something like some sequel game like 2 years later after that. But yes, this is one of the results from earlier on.
Which you can't do because wheelchairs have, you know, a freaking axle between the wheels. Same thing here. If she was the killer, or not the killer, if she was the client, and she faked the note to begin with, she would have known that it was a fake note and not burned it. So this is...
fuck, man, okay, yeah. We're trying to find the fucking... We're trying to Phil losing his mind at fucking Phoenix Wright. But we can only find, like, past references to it. But, fuck it. Basically, Phil does not forget video games screwing him over with their fuckery. especially that Phoenix Wright one from 10 years ago. It still lives in his fucking head rent free.
It might not. It's all experiment, okay? We'll see. The one thing that would absolutely positively concretely allow me to upgrade my setup.
But by the way, twice Dan, don't be sorry. It's okay. I appreciate you trying anyway, pal. I really do appreciate it. So don't be sorry for trying anyway. I do appreciate the effort to try. And it's a bit fiddly, hard to find. But yeah, you got as far as I did essentially. You know what I mean? And so yeah, don't be sorry for that. I do appreciate the efforts. Phil right now talking about trying to get more money. I want to wind this just so we can hear Phil try to talk about how things might be better for him if he's fucking just repeating, you know, like managed to get, you know, better support financially. It's all up to the fucking audience to give him more fucking money. And in that fucking way, he might be able to fucking upgrade his fucking PC at last. Fucking ready for that.
Be honest, if things are profitable, and maybe we even see an uptick in some, you know, profitability of my business this year, then maybe I could do it sooner rather than later. I'd love to do it sooner rather than later. In fact, again, here's the thing. I can't outright tell you because I would be spoiling some of the ideas I have for things I'm doing in 2023 that are new and different. I don't want to spoil those yet. We'll get to those when we get to them, possibly within a couple of weeks here, okay? So please don't make me spoil the surprise of what I'm working on, okay? But there's a possibility with some new stuff that I'm doing that we may see more attention and more profitability depending. Maybe not. It might not. It's all experiment, okay? We'll see. The one thing that would absolutely positively concretely allow me to upgrade my setup would be if I can refinance my home. All right. Now, not that I want to talk about this at length because this is really no one's business, but the one asset that I have is my house. When I bought this house, you know, nearly a decade ago, it was worth one amount. Now it's worth way more. Okay. I have equity in it. The problem is I have no credit. Having no credit means no one wants to refinance the home and all the equity just sits there unused. If I could refinance this home and use that equity to refinance my mortgage and get some money out, I could use that money to do things like upgrade my setup for the business, maybe do some home improvements, like fix the bathroom that's been unused for a year and a half because it's broken. You see what I'm saying? But I need to get to that point. That's not something I'm going to be publicly talking about with you guys. That's nothing that's anyone's real business. It's something that I would like to do, but I can't do it until a bank is willing to say, hey, okay, so you had bankruptcy like 3 years ago, but you've been doing all right, so now we're going to give it a go. It could be many more years before that because typically they say 7 years. What I found out, I did some research and I found out they say actually to refinance a home, it's about 4 years after a bankruptcy. If that's the case, then I need about 1 more year. Okay. Well, I don't know. It all depends. Would a bank do it over a credit union do it over this or that? Who knows? But that's no one's business. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to be honest. All right. And I understand, Plum Girl, you have the best of interest in mind. When you ask questions like that, you force me to talk about private shit. That really is no one's business. And all that's going to happen is the more I talk about it, the detractors start talking about it constantly and trying to do shit with it. All right. The drama.
Hey, fucking mentioned detractors, hooray. And I actually fucking mentioned drama as well, so I'm going to take fucking drama. There we fucking go. We are 6 away from a full house. And it's, yeah. Phil could have just said I'm ignoring your question, Plum Girl. But no, he fucking chose to go into it. He chose to fucking explain in depth his ambitions, his plans, his financial, behind the scenes hopes and dreams for a fucking foreseeable future. And now he's fucking chastising Plum Girl for fucking making him say all these fucking things on his stream.
I don't want to do that, all right? Do I want to upgrade my setup? Yes. Am I going to try to make strides towards that? Yes. Can I promise you anything? No. So please stop prying, all right? And again, I don't think that you meant anything by it negative, but the more people pry, the more idiots will try to fuck things up for me, all right?
And he said this as well. Fuck me, there's another fucking bingo right fucking now. Jesus Christ, we're fucking flying right now with Phil's fucking salty bitchiness.
Right, and I don't want that. You know, I just want it. Let's be happy that we just had a big upgrade of the camera. We had an upgrade of the capture device, that everything is working again. Let's not sit here and be talking about this stuff that turns into personal shit, and now everything becomes negative because these idiots just want to be all over me about everything, okay? And again, I'm not taking it as a negative. I don't think you intended it that way. You just have to understand when you ask questions like that, and now I just start talking about personal shit. Oh, here we go. Here it comes. So now let's try to dive into Phil's financials, and let's try to fuck with Phil's personal life, which I guarantee you is exactly what's going to happen. So let's just leave it at that. And if good things happen this year, great. If good things happen don't happen this year, there's nothing I can do. Like I said, also it depends on how things go. If DSP Gaming stays as good as it's been, great. If these new ideas that I have for my channel and the future work out, great. But we don't know any of that yet. We're not there yet. I think so many people, they're invested in the channel, they're invested in my future, which I get. At the same time, prying too much is just going to hurt things rather than help. Okay? And a lot of people just don't think about that, right? Because they think, oh, you know, this is fine. Phil's just a normal guy. He can talk about whatever he wants. Sadly, I can't. Just being honest. Sadly, I can't. I can't even just talk about stuff publicly like other people because people microanalyze and harass me constantly.
Well, if you wouldn't fucking lie about your fucking things and what you do with your fucking money, then people wouldn't have to fucking do that shit to you. You're only fucking suffering this because you fucking lie all the time about what you're fucking doing with your goddamn money, you get called out for it, and then you're fucking like, oh no, my life's fucking ruined because I tried to fucking pull the wool over my fucking dent-headed fans' eyes, and I couldn't get away with it because the detractors fucking found my secret WWE Champions account, and the detractors all fucking found that I fucking drink all the fucking time thanks to the fucking bank meets, and the detractors found I DoorDash all the time thanks to the fucking bank meets, and the detractors know that Cat's now fucking 10, £500 whale thanks to that fucking picture from like a year ago. What the fuck, Phil? Of course we're going to fucking pry. Of course we're going to fucking look into it because you're fucking saying one thing and doing another. You are close. You have been proven to lie to your audience time and time and time again. We call you out for it. You get upset and now you say, no, I can't fucking share anything on my audience anymore because the detractors are going to hurt me with it. But really, it is literally none of our fucking business. Of course it is, but when you're lying to your audience, pretending you fucking need money for this and that, when you're splurging it all instead on stupid shit like WWE Champions, yeah, it's fucking right to call you out on that. Of course we're going to fucking call you out on that fucking sort of scamming shenanigans going on. Why the fuck wouldn't we? You're a fucking scamming, toxic, salty piece of shit, and you deserve to be fucking called out for your lying nature. You're deceiving fucking disabled people. You're in your audience. You're disabled. You're deceiving children, for fuck's sake, in your fucking audience. Your audience does contain some children. Yes, that is fucking truth for the matter. And yes, there is also some young, impressionable men in your audience now that are also being deceived by your fucking constant lying, and your fucking constant begging, and your fucking constant, neediness. They got to fucking save the goddamn day because Phil Burnell cannot fucking look after his own affairs, look after his own fucking business because he is so fucking financially irresponsible when it comes to his money. He's fucking irresponsible when it comes to running his own goddamn business. Jesus Christ, man. It's just, it never fucking ends. So we're going to keep calling you out in this fucking stupid shit because you keep doing stupid shit. This is what makes you a fucking lolcow. You keep doing stupid shit. You keep saying stupid shit. So we're going to call you out for all that stupid shit. Deal with it, you wee bitch.
What I'm saying. Okay. I received a tip. A $5 tip. Well, I consider replaying Code Veronica X after Resident Evil 1 Remake, considering it would now be the only classic Resident Evil game you haven't replayed in recent memory. It's a maybe. However, there's a strong rumor. I don't know if you heard this. It actually is a rumor, which is why I didn't really talk about it. It's news. That Capcom is going to remake Code Veronica as well. As we all know, right now, they're remaking Resident Evil 4, and that's coming out soon. But the rumor is they're remaking Code Veronica. Why? Because there was a fan group remaking Code Veronica, and they just this week received a cease and desist order from Capcom. Now, normally Capcom doesn't give you a cease and desist unless they're doing it themselves. They did exactly the same thing with Resident Evil 2, 3. So every time they hit someone with a cease and desist, it turns out they were actually making the game themselves. So it sounds to me like that's exactly what's happening. And that's exciting. And I would like to, maybe if that is the case, hold off a little bit till we hear more, because the last thing I want to do is play the game and then they announce the remake, which is exactly...
Well, what are your sources? I'm interested in your sources. So you had a fucking go at IGN for fucking and all shit. You're fucking claiming where's all these reputable sources for news and gaming news and all that shit. Phil, I would like to know how much information you dug up yourself here, how much you looked into yourself, before you fucking announced it to your audience of your fucking YouTube channel, which has over 200,000 subscribers to it. How much actual homework did you do before relaying this information to your whole audience on a live stream, Phil? Of course you done fuck all. He reads his shit on Twitter and he fucking spews off what he fucking reads on Twitter and he passes off his fucking news and he gets called out for it. He's like, no, it wasn't me, I fucking just read it online, for fuck's sake.
Exactly what happened with Resident Evil 4. January of last year I replayed Resident Evil 4 and then they announced the goddamn remake and I'm like, shit. So would I replay Code Veronica X? Yes, I would. I would also replay Resident Evil 0, which I've only played once. I'd be excited to replay all of those games, okay? Okay. Who stars at Code Veronica? Oh, man. Wasn't... So, Resident Evil 0 was Claire? I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. I get them all confused in my head. Huh. Yes, Jay, so since we no longer are playing Street Fighter consistently anymore, I'll be wearing my Street Fighter shirts now normally on streams. I have 4 of them, so I'll have them in the rotation normally. You'll notice me watching having Street Fighter on, because it used to be I would always wear a Street Fighter shirt whenever I did old school Street Fighter, but we're not doing it right now, okay? So, you'll see them. Tyler says, maybe what happened with my PS3 is I knew you need a new hard drive. It was shown that some of the updates would actually mess up the older hard drives for PS3s. That's probably what happened then. And if that's the case, I just don't care. We weren't using it often anyway. It was like once in a blue moon. People would be like, hey, play a PS1 game. And I would do a PS1 playthrough. At this point, needing the HDCP bypass, you know, fuck it. We're okay. I don't think we need that anymore. I think we moved past it. I think we're all right. Expand Dong says, January's looking good for RPGs. You got One Piece Odyssey. There's also a Fire Emblem game. I'm not playing the Fire Emblem game. Just making that clear to everyone. I'm not interested in Fire Emblem Engage, okay? Most people who played Forspoken say it plays like Infamous. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing it. Resident Evil 0 is Rebecca and Billy. Code Veronica is Claire and Steve. There you go. Who are Billy and Steve? I have no fucking clue. I guess they're just the side characters. Okay. All right. Does the new SpongeBob come out next month? I don't know. What we need to do, I want to finish up the playthroughs I'm doing. And when we do the year-end series, one podcast, I will literally sit here and I will go through the game release schedule for the year. We will populate the calendar for January, February, March, April. We'll get those games into a calendar so I know what's coming out and we can get a perspective for early 2023. I've not had a chance to do that yet. So right now my brain is scattered. My brain is focused on finish what we're doing. So that's what I want to do right now. Okay. Starfield. I don't know when Starfield comes out. We don't know, right? They don't have a solid release date for it. I don't think so. So obviously without a solid release date, I'm not even going to bother talking about it. Plum Girl says, when might we see Street Fighter streams again? As of now, the plan is whenever Street Fighter 6 has another beta, right? Yes, if there is another Street Fighter 6 beta, and this is a big if, and if there's new characters, I'm absolutely positively playing the new beta with the new characters. If they do a third beta with exactly the same cast, I'm probably not playing it. I'm bored of those characters already. I really am.
A reminder that Phil ignored 2 of the characters, never played them fucking once. All the 6 characters that are able to fucking play, Phil never bothered his arse to fucking play as 2 of them. There's 2 brand new characters he could have played as, but he chose not to because he was determined to stick to the characters he knew, the characters he was familiar with, the ones that he was comfortable fucking playing with. Because he wanted to fucking make sure he didn't fucking do it absolutely fucking terribly. Slurms is saying he can't play girl characters, he's married. I'm pretty sure he did fucking use like Chun-Li at some point. I'm certain he did at one point. But yeah, there was 2 characters, 2 brand new characters Phil could have played, chose not to. And then he's saying, oh, there's no fucking variety in the fucking character. He didn't even bother his arse to play his fucking 2 of them. Nah, Phil, it's on you, Phil. You ignored what, 1/3. You ignored 1 whole third of the available roster on the fucking beta. I had to fucking get my maths right there, but yeah, Phil ignored a whole third of the fucking characters available.
Those characters that are in this beta so far aren't really my style. Outside of maybe Ryu, I like the oddball characters. Give me Blanca, right? Give me E Honda. Give me Zangief or Zangief. Or, you know, any other weirdo. Or one of the new characters. What's her name? Manon or Manon or however you say her name. The dancer who's also a grappler.
They're completely washed. The cans are clean. You have no respect for people that are alive, for fucking people that are dead. You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself. You have no respect.
Apologizing isn't just words.
God damn it, fucking sorry, I was muted, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just saying there, you know what I mean? I thought it was a fucking third. I thought there was only 6 characters in the beta, but it was 8 characters, which trains right, it would be a quarter then. I completely forgot it was 8 goddamn characters. But that's what I'm saying though, there were some characters in this fucking beta that Phil barely touched at all. So it was like he barely touched some of them. He didn't touch 2 of them for sure altogether. And he stuck with mainly Ryu and fucking Chun-Li occasionally and fucking, for fuck's sake, Phil. You didn't really fucking do much variety on that fucking beta. And yeah, fuck it, Phil. You don't deserve a fucking place in the beta at that fucking point. You didn't really fucking test all the characters, you didn't test the fucking movesets, you didn't get so you didn't try and fucking test it. No, fuck off, Phil.
Give me the giant Marissa who's like the gladiator who apparently has crazy super armor combos. Those are the kind of characters I enjoy using. But they don't have any of them in the beta. It's all kind of almost similar character. I don't want to play with those characters again. So we'll see. Now, as for old school Street Fighter, we can do that whenever we want. If you guys ever, want me to play, the Capcom Fighting Collection on a random night and see if we can get matches, I'm down for that. But as you know, sadly, we don't really get matches. Even when I tried it on a one-off, we were sitting there, we played the same 4 people over and over. No one plays that collection. And old school Street Fighter, yet again, is dead because of Capcom dropping the ball. They've done it a million times. They've done it again. At this point, I don't think they're ever going to get it right. Unless they put someone in charge of the project who actually understands the community, which they don't. It seems like they always put some fucking idiot in charge of the project. Hey, to advertise Capcom Fighting Collection, let's interview guys like James Chen and Justin Wong at existing Street Fighter tournaments and post up interviews on Twitter. James Chen and Justin Wong, who aren't even playing the collection. You think that them talking about the games in the collection will sell the collection? Are you stupid? Yes, you are. There's nothing wrong with James Chen and Justin Wong, but no one cares about them talking about old games. It's not going to allow them to sell this collection for you, you idiots. Instead, work with the community. Contact some of the people who actively play and stream the game. Organize community nights. Try to get people excited for it. Have sales. Have events. No, instead, throw random interviews on Twitter. You fucking morons. Like, how do you run... This is how you run a project at Capcom, apparently. People get paid for this. Anyway, yeah, I'd love to play old school Street Fighter, but again, there's no guarantee. So, Street Fighter 6, if and when the next beta happens, if there's new characters, I'm all over it. Outside of that, I would love to play classic Street Fighter whenever you guys want me to try. No guarantee it's ever going to work because the game's quite dead. Okay? Bruno did a super chat. Says, can the capture card hump? Why do you hump? Can the capture card hump? Why do you hump?
Phil's audience, ladies and gentlemen. Phil's audience right fucking there summed up.
Thank you, Bruno. Okay. Let's continue. Let's see here. What about Tekken 8? Of course I'm excited for Tekken 8. If and when it ever comes out, I'll be playing it. Oh, you're wearing an MK shirt? Jay's wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt right now. Cool. Let me cast it. Maybe English isn't Bruno's first language. Maybe that's not Bruno's first brain that he's using to type that. Oh my god. Would I consider having a Street Fighter community night? There's no game to do that in. In Street Fighter 6, if the matchmaking works well, if the lobby system works well, if we can set it up properly, yes. In classic Street Fighter right now, it's not even possible. So. No Darth Galbach. I don't know how much of God of War is left. I don't spoil myself on games. Okay.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Klaus Mystery for the super chat. It says, that hair is dying. Yeah, it's fucking looking worse and worse each fucking time you see it. Phil needs a brand new style of haircut, I think, you know what I mean? He needs to spruce up his fucking look. Demon Raichu is saying I missed it. Phil, oh, hold on. So, Demon Raichu missed it. Phil said something kind of weird. Although, he got a weird super chat as well. Let me see if it...
Outside of that, I would love to play classic Street Fighter whenever you...
So when did they say it?
No, did a super chat. Says,
Was it
because the game's quite dead.
Was it this one?
Okay. Bruno did a super chat. Says, can the capture card hump? Why do you hump?
So Phil got that super chat, okay? And he's like, okay, the guy is called Bruno. Phil thinks Bruno's a dumbass and he actually types in Bruno the Moron down at the bottom here. See, Bruno the Moron got added to the fucking board as the last super chat was given to him. Even the guy who's not called Bruno the Moron, Phil added the Moron because he thought it was such a dumb fucking thing to say. Then someone in Phil's audience says...
Oh, you're wearing an MK shirt? Jay's wearing a Mortal Kombat shirt right now.
Not that.
Cool.
This.
Let me cast it. Maybe English isn't Bruno's first language. Maybe that's not Bruno's first brain that he's using to type that. Oh my god.
Well, there you go. Someone in Phil's chat said maybe English isn't his fucking first language, which is understandable. And Phil's like, oh, maybe it's not his first fucking brain then. And yeah, that's why fucking people are going like fucking mental in his chat. So yeah, people are saying that's a reportable offence. Phil being very mean to somebody for someone's English or lack of English skills. Yeah.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Carlos Mystery for super chat. It says, did he just make fun of his English? Yes, he fucking did, and he's proud of it.
Would I consider having a Street Fighter community night? There's no game to do that in. In Street Fighter 6, if the matchmaking works well, if the lobby system works well, if we can set it up properly, yes. In classic Street Fighter right now, it's not even possible. So. No Darth Galbach. I don't know how much of God of War is left. I don't spoil myself on games. Okay. Okay. Anything else, guys? It's only 12 o'clock. Typically, the podcast runs till 12:30, but today's a rarity where everything went well, right? So we don't have anything to really talk about. Did I hear Avatar made $1 billion in 12 days? No. I heard it made a lot of money. That's all I heard. I haven't seen it. I have zero interest in it. What's hilarious is that most people on my streams didn't seem interested in it. But apparently a lot of people... Here's what I'm finding more and more, all right?
Phil, on you go, Phil. Your fucking streams, your fucking audience is a fucking pulse of entertainment industry today. Yeah, of course, Phil. If nobody's on my streams, not a lot of people are talking about it on my stream, so it can't be that fucking popular. Yeah, Phil, of course, because every single fucking popular thing on the goddamn world these days revolves around people being involved in your streams as well. Aye, fucking right. Your streams are a fucking home to the fucking hopeless and the fucking useless and the fucking moronic fucking morons that are wanting to get throw money every single fucking day. Aye, they're going to have a finger on a fucking pulse of what's fucking popular in today's fucking culture. Aye, fucking right. Aye, no, a lot of people are talking about it in my fucking streams. I don't think it was that fucking popular. There in itself explains Phil's whole fucking world. This little bubble he's in. This little tiny fucking bubble Phil lives in. Oh, not a lot of people are talking about it in my little bubble, so it can't be that fucking big then. Go on, Phil. Explain, Phil.
Right? So we don't have anything to really talk about.
Also, it's quite possible the podcast is going to end early. As I said, he's got like half an hour to go. We're behind Phil by about 20 minutes. 20 minutes we're behind Phil by. And yeah, it's quite possible we might wrap things up early if things don't pick up.
Did I hear Avatar made $1 billion in 12 days? No. I heard it made a lot of money. That's all I heard. I haven't seen it. I have zero interest in it. What's hilarious is that most people on my streams didn't seem interested in it. But apparently a lot of people... Here's what I'm finding more and more, all right? In this world, there is now people who are invested and ingrained in culture, and then there's people who jump on a bandwagon, right? Like, just because someone says something will be good or it's hyped, all of a sudden everyone wants to be a part of it. No one cared about Avatar for over 10 years, then all of a sudden Avatar 2's coming out, everyone's got to see it. Why? Did you even see or like Avatar 1? No, well, Avatar 2's coming out, it's big. What are you talking about? Do you have...
I'm kind of interested in seeing it specifically for the creativity of the effects, you know what I mean? You know, it's one of those things. I want to see how well the effects are. A lot of I'm not that invested in the story.
Yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much, Carlos Mystery, for super chat. It says Avatar 2 is not being successful, by the way. It needs to be. Yeah, obviously a lot of fucking time went into the fucking movie, and I don't know how much money was invested either, but a lot of special effects were put into the fucking the film, and a lot of it does look very fucking good. Visually, the movie looks fucking incredible in places, and I'm very curious to see how well it looks. Like, I'm curious to fucking go to like an IMAX or something and watch it in high quality, just because, you know, it looks like it could be a fucking wonderful treat just for the eyes visually. Just, I wouldn't mind seeing that kind of movie, you know. I've always made fun of fucking Avatar in the first one, not because of how it looked or anything, but because it's basically Pocahontas. I mean, there's a lot of things you could compare it to for Pocahontas in that regard, you know what I mean? The kind of story and how it fucking works out. Not sure, it's just weird how it kind of works out that way. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, at the same time, Avatar was alright. You know, it wasn't fucking terrible, but it wasn't the worst fucking thing either. You know what I mean? It was watchable, the first one anyway. Predictable in places, of course, you know what I mean? But it was okay. But it's some of those kind of things where, as you kind of grow older, you kind of start to appreciate the efforts that go into making these movies, and there's also a lot of technological advancements being made to make these fucking movies, and I'm curious to see exactly how these things turn out when you fucking... Because obviously, we grew up... Obviously, a lot of us are growing up with fucking movies getting more and more advanced these days. We've gone from, like, shitey fucking special effects to things getting better and better and better and better over time with the effects that are getting made here. So it blurs the lines between what you can actually fucking do and how it can actually make you think, was that real or was that special effects? That is the best special effects, when it's got you questioning whether that is actually real life or not. You know, that is when special effects nails it fucking spot on, when it messes with your mind that much, when you're fucking seeing something which you know cannot be real, but in your head you're starting to think, shit, that looks amazing, is that real? So yeah, I'm very curious to see fucking how it looks visually, first and foremost, and the special effects that go into the fucking game. The movie. I only say game because I've seen Superchar's message here saying that is why I love advances in gaming. But yeah, it's the same thing for that. Games are always starting to always look better. They're always trying to be their best to look better more and more. And the advancements getting made in that as well is, of course, is great to fucking see. But also movies are a different level though, like fucking CGI movies, and especially the fucking crews, the different teams working on Avatar. There's different fucking visual effects companies all working behind, you know, on that movie. And I'll say it's gonna be interesting to see anyway. But yeah, Phil, talk to us about the fucking culture of your audience and the fucking culture of people people that embrace the culture and people that jump on a bandwagon, Phil, yeah, please explain it for us more.
Right? Like, just because someone says something will be good or it's hyped, all of a sudden everyone wants to be a part of it. No one cared about Avatar for over 10 years, then all of a sudden Avatar 2 is coming out, everyone's got to see it. Why? Did you even see or like Avatar 1? No, well, Avatar 2 is coming out, it's big. What are you talking about? How do you even know? Well, because so said this and said that. That's how it is. People just do things now because they're told, rather than because there's logic behind it. Why do you think so many people bought Elden Ring? And by the way, I'm not shitting on Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring is a great game. But so many people bought Elden Ring because everyone said, hey, Elden Ring is great, go buy it. And literally every person went out and bought it. 99% of the people who bought it never beat it. But they still went out and bought it to be part of the mob mentality of people who
Source, please, Phil. Please state your source.
owned Elden Ring. It happens all the time now. Why do these content creators get so popular? Because everyone's talking about watching this content creator and then people go watch it. Are they good?
There's your YouTuber jealousy right fucking there.
Who knows? I just watch it because everyone else does, right? If every video this guy puts out gets 2 million views, then obviously he must be good. It's the same mentality. So, is Avatar 2 any good? I have no idea. I'll tell you this, I really don't care. I didn't like Avatar 1. I thought the visuals of Avatar 1 were great. I thought the action scenes were really good. Outside of that, I absolutely hated the plot. It was stolen blatantly from Pocahontas or Dances
Holy shit, Phil actually agrees with me on something. Fuck me. Phil actually said the thing I just fucking said. What the fuck? The plot was stolen from Pocahontas. It wasn't completely stolen. There was wee minor differences and tweaks here and there. But yeah, watching Avatar could not help but think to myself, aye, this is a lot like Pocahontas. Yeah, it's a good point, Slurms. He's like, it's not stolen from Pocahontas, it's just a very generic story that has similarities to Pocahontas. That's a very good fucking point. The fact of the matter is, the plot, you could actually kind of see where the movie was going in general. Like, it wasn't too hard to visualise how the fucking movie would end. The fucking blue guys would all fucking win and all that shit, you know, and there's somebody meaningful and important will probably fucking die along the fucking way and all that shit, you know what I mean? And they'll be, oh, they fall in love, and then, no, it's like, oh, I betrayed you, sorry, I need to fucking make up for it, no shit, fucking... But yeah, so many movies have followed that trope. Exactly. Dashy says Dances with Wolves. Exactly. There you go. Fucking, it's a Kevin Costner movie or something like Dances with Wolves. Yeah. I've never seen that. I've been meaning to watch it, but I've never fucking watched it. But yeah, so a lot of movies have followed this fucking formula. But yeah, Pocahontas, I guess, is an easy one to compare it to. But a lot of movies have kind of followed that fucking thing. Yeah, it's hard to disagree. I mean, Avatar was amazing visually, the first one as well. And it's watchable. You know what I mean? As Phil says, good action scenes or whatever as well, it looks great. But Phil hated the story. I guess he doesn't like feel-good stories that are kind of that generic. Fair enough.
Wolves, whatever you want to say. It was been done before. It's a plot that's been seen before. It was repetitive. It was blatantly lifted and adapted to be a modern movie, even though it was a plot that people had already written before. So overall, I wasn't impressed with Avatar. I thought the visuals were good, and that was it. So what? 12 years later, why the hell do I care about Avatar 2? Why would I give a shit about it? But again, oh, well, it's a big movie. It needs to make all this money, and so said to see it, so let's go see it, right? It's the same, I hate to say, it's the same sheep mentality as anything else that gets popular.
Hooray, says hate to say, that is another thing for a fucking bingo, and that's actually a double bingo. Would you look at that shit? We are 4 away from a full house, ladies and gentlemen, and we seem to have plenty of time on our side for Phil to say interactive, comment, meaningful, and sound good. We are 10 snorts away from a free space, and we're 3 burps away from a free space. We're also on 89 likes right now in Phil's stream. So he's 11 likes away from Bubbles, but I don't think he's doing podcast anymore. And it's very possible he started gameplay. In fact, I can tell you now, yeah, Phil has started gameplay, as of right now. So we're not going to get a fucking likes for Bubbles, sadly.
Popular, so...
Well, I'm not looking at Bubbles, but if we had Bubbles, we would have got a free space.
I really don't care. Darth Goldbach says, it's funny, I saw all these reviews, they say the plot is trash, but it looks amazing, 10 out of 10. There you go, who cares? It's, again, there's this big disconnect. There really is. There's a big disconnect between people who, like, analyze and think versus people who just do. There's a huge group of people on this planet who just go and do because they're told, and then there's a bunch of other people who are very analytical. They think, they judge, they do things for a reason. Those people don't care about Avatar. Maybe they saw it for curiosity purposes, but they didn't rush out to see it or they're super excited for it, right?
I mean, personally, I don't fucking care about the plot either, but I want to fucking see how it looks visually. As I said, I've already explained the shit. I want to see how this looks. The fucking amount of effort, all these fucking, you know, special effects companies, you know, there's been all sorts going on with them, the effort that went into it to make this fucking look amazing, and I'm curious to see how this looks. I don't fucking give a shit about the story, really. I mean, It's just the way it fucking is. I'm curious to see how this fucking looks visually, and I want to be entertained by the amazing effects. And that's that for me. I would get some enjoyment out of the fucking movie if I saw it and enjoyed the effects. I don't have to fucking worry about a plot. For some movies, I don't fucking care about the plot. You know, some movies are special not because of the fucking plot, but because of other things that goes into it. There are some movies which have great plots, but the effects are garbage and all that shit, and maybe the acting's kind of... Some movies have great plot and great story, but they're just not fucking handled very well by the people involved. It works fucking both ways.
672 to Super J says, bowl haircut, I'll tip you $100. No. First of all, I don't even have hair that is long enough to do a bowl haircut. What are you even talking about? Anyway, that was very...
Phil mentioned haircuts. It means it gives me a fucking reason to fucking play this classic wee fucking clip, which I... Where is it again? Where is that wee clip I have? Oh, there it is.
Go back to Supercuts and get your $5 back, jabroni! Oh, no!
Any reason I have to fucking play that, I'm going to fucking use.
Very eventful. Okay, what else would you guys like to talk about? Jade says he would love to see Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. You know, it was rumored back in the day they were going to make that. But I guess there was various reasons why they didn't. You know, it's funny because Street Fighter has crossed over with other franchises before. They crossed over with King of Fighters in Capcom versus SNK, and then they crossed over with Tekken. You know, that game flopped hugely. But it was always wondered why it never crossed over with Mortal Kombat. And everyone claims the two main reasons, number one, because they were always the biggest competitors in the 90s, and they've never shaken that feeling that they really always need to compete directly rather than cooperate. And the other was because people felt that Mortal Kombat couldn't work with Street Fighter because Street Fighter does not have gore or fatalities, while Mortal Kombat does. And if Mortal Kombat didn't have it, that it basically would nerf the franchise to the point where it's not Mortal Kombat anymore, which makes no sense because, of course, they made Mortal Kombat versus DC and there wasn't fatalities for half the cast. I don't see why it couldn't eventually happen. You know, I think it could, but I think the companies are too separated to really care about doing a crossover at this point in time. Okay. I have no plans on doing gamer nights in Capcom Fighting Collection. I don't know why you're talking about emailing me gamer tags. I literally just said earlier I'm not doing it. And he's like, hey, can I email you my... No. Expand Dog says, I would go with Mario plus Rabbids for skipped game sleeper hit, but I'm fine with Crisis Core because you already have it. You know, what I saw, and I don't know if this stands true, Mario plus Rabbids apparently did not sell well because it has gone on a series of sales. Or, you know, originally it was a $60 game or $50 game. Now it was down to like 20 or 30. I saw it was on sale several times over the last couple of weeks, but physical copies. So I don't know digitally. I'm sure digitally Nintendo's probably still charging full price. But if it was determined that that would be the next game you guys wanted, I would probably start looking all around to see if I could get it cheaper physically. Because obviously if I could save 20, 30 bucks, why wouldn't I do that? But I think what happened is a lot of businesses overstocked it, thinking it was going to be a big hit. What they didn't anticipate was, number one, it was coming out during the busy gaming season, and number two, that Midnight Suns was literally right around the corner, and it's the same type of game. So I think two factors kind of worked against it, and it didn't sell that well. Bad looks, I think it's because there aren't many people who would want to play it on that console. Mario plus Rabbids? On the Switch? That's the only console you can play it on. It's Mario. I'm a little confused. I don't know. Anyway, I got another tip. Pickle Nipple did $1.25 tips. Imagine if Tekken crossed with Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it's weird because Mortal Kombat only crossed with DC. I get, you know what it is, because they're owned by WB, right? Like NetherRealm got bought out by WB, and therefore it was easy for them to do that crossover because they owned the properties to the characters. They could just use them. You know, I wonder what would be the difficulties of getting Street Fighter to cross over with Mortal Kombat. I guess Street Fighter has always crossed over with Marvel, right? They're not owned by Marvel, though. Don't get that wrong. Capcom is not owned by Disney or anything like that. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of legal loopholes to jump through. Excuse me. Woo!
Okay, what the fuck? Was that 4? We need to count this again.
I'm sure there's a lot of legal loopholes to jump through.
Okay, we need to count this shit. Hold on. 0.75. I think it was 4. I think it was 4.
Excuse me.
It's 4. I'm counting that as 4. There's definitely a 4. I never liked a free space. It gets us over the fucking threshold of fucking 10. So that's 11 now. Fuck me, man. I had a fucking 5 combo earlier on. Now it's a 4. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking filthy pig.
Woo! Woo!
Hold on.
Excuse me. Woo!
That was a wee sneaky one right at the end there. It's 12. He had one right afterwards. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. Alright, back to 1.25.
Woo! Ramrod says, now that the FedEx saga is over, are you a UPS man? You know, at this point, I don't even know. Because I used to think UPS wasn't that good. But apparently, people are saying now UPS has become better than FedEx. I was always under the impression FedEx was the best shipping company out there. And whenever I needed something done well, I would always go to FedEx, and they usually would do a good job. I was shocked that this was such a bad job this week with this overnight package, how bad they did. And the fact that they literally did nothing to really help. You know, we have all these processes in place, none of which help you. Then why even have them? Why have a customer support line if all that person is able to do is just read what's already on the website for free? You're paying someone to read something someone can see for free. Why employ that person? I'm just saying. Like, why are you wasting resources on someone who has zero ability to help anyone, right? And if a facility has the ability to close whenever it wants with no repercussions, they're supposed to be open until 7. Oh, they closed at 5, right? Then why have the website list incorrect information? Just don't list anything, right? I digress. We talked about it enough the past few days. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't know. Maybe if I were to ship something, maybe I would go UPS over FedEx now. I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
$5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and that's
Jade wants me to say sup to Kratos, Atreus, Mimir, and Freya for him. Oh, yeah. I don't know if we'll see Freya today, because now that Atreus is back with Kratos, I wonder if they even separate now to the end of the game, or if it's always you and Atreus for the rest of the game and no more Freya. I don't know. Rapper says, I have an Oculus Quest. It's owned by Facebook, but my account got hacked. I lost 7 games. Now I can't even sign into my new one. I had a Facebook account. I'll tell you my experience with Facebook. Back in the day, when I was just getting started on YouTube and I was starting to become popular, people wanted a way to reach out to me that wasn't YouTube. But I didn't like that. I was like, hey, you want to talk to me? Talk to me in video comments. You know, there's a comments page on the main channel of YouTube. Yes, they used to have that thing.
Holy shit, comment. He actually said fucking comment. That is another fucking bingo. We are technically 2 away from a full house. Technically 2 away. We have a free space mind. We are technically 2 away.
Have it anymore. Talk to me there or whatever, right? And people were like, no, we want social media. So people eventually convinced me to open up a Twitter in like 2010, I think it was, okay? And that's where I got my Twitter account from. But then all of a sudden people were like, have a Facebook. And I was like, what? Why do you want me to have so much social media? I don't want to do shit on like that. My focus is YouTube. I don't want to be pulled into all these different directions. People eventually convinced me to make a Facebook. So I did. But then I found out that there was limitations to a regular Facebook account. So then people convinced me, make a Facebook fan page. So I made a Facebook fan page, okay? So I had all these fucking things, and all they really were mirrors. Like if I posted up on Twitter, then that Twitter post would be mirrored on my Facebook pages, and I really didn't use them for that much, okay? Now, you might say, why don't you use Facebook anymore, Phil? It's very simple. So even though I really didn't use it that much, it was just a mirror of my Twitter. People know how to fuck with Facebook. Let's put it that way. People have figured out ways to sit there and mess with Facebook to the point where they can get it to do things they want. I'm not saying that my Facebook was hacked. To my knowledge, it never was. But what people found a way to do was prod my Facebook account enough where it would trigger a frozen state. So I guess what it is maybe enough failed login attempts or enough password change attempts. Who knows what it is with Facebook. Facebook sucked to begin with. But you would apparently do it to the point where your account would freeze. And now what Facebook would do, it would ask you, verify who you are so you can log in and restore access to your account. The problem was, to do that, Facebook used a unique system that you will not believe. You had to verify the names of people on your friends list. Now, wait a minute. What if you use your Facebook for business, not for personal use? Which is exactly what mine was. I never used my Facebook for personal use at all. It was always for business. I don't know the names of the vast majority of people on my account. They're all my fans who all sent me requests and I accepted them. I don't know who these people are. So I'd be sitting here trying to figure it out. I couldn't get access back to my accounts. Every once in a while, I found a way back. Like if you contacted Facebook, you could talk with them. And once or twice, I did get the account restored. But it got to the point where it was such a regular occurrence that I was like, what am I going to use this anymore for? Fuck this. So eventually I got access. I shut them all down. So all my Facebooks are closed. And if you ever hear anyone say, oh, there's a Facebook with Phil, it's not me. Because I actually heard over the years some people made a fan page that wasn't me. And then there was other people who were impersonating me. That's not me. I deleted all my Facebook shit years and years ago to make sure no one could fuck with it anymore. Those are deleted accounts, okay? But it's still funny to me that I never intended to not use Facebook. I was going to continue using it. But their website is so poorly designed that they didn't even understand how to prevent hacking or messing around with an account. They didn't have a proper restoration. I mean, how many times am I going to personally contact Facebook support to get them to restore my account? And it's a big arduous process. Like, what a waste of time. Fuck your site and fuck your business. It sucks. It's a waste of everyone's time. I never found a single use for anything on Facebook. I've always been disconnected from it. When I used to have my office job at HSI, the helicopter company, everyone at HSI had a Facebook, and they were constantly posting up pictures of where they were, parties and postings, and I was like, what the fuck do you want to share all of your personal life with everyone on the internet for? Like, first of all, you're not important. You're just a normal person. You're not some celebrity. Okay, number two, you don't need to see every possible thing happening to you. I don't need to see when you wipe your ass, when you're fucking stabbing a meatball.
Jesus fucking Christ, Phil. Imagine being fucking bitter about other fucking people enjoying sharing the happy memories with people on a fucking internet. Holy fuck. Like, if people want to fucking do that, it's fucking on them to do that. You can actually have Facebook set up so if you're posting that stuff on your profile, you can have it so only your friends can see it. Just because you're posting it on Facebook doesn't mean everyone can fucking see a fucking Facebook. You can have your profile set up so it can be only be visible for people that are on your fucking list that you want to fucking see that shit. But for fuck's sake, coming from the fucking person that fucking, you know, recorded every single fucking waking moment in his fucking miserable little fucking life for the last 14 years and shared it with everyone, there is meaningful content. Fuck off, Phil. Of course, a fucking hermit doesn't fucking see sunlight 6 days of the goddamn week fucking won't understand.
You know, no one cares. Like, why do you think you're such this inflated sense of self-importance that you want to share everything about you and your family and everything all over the internet, right? So, I never understood it to begin with. And then, later on, we find out, oh, by the way, all these years, Facebook was tracking your personal data and sending it to fucking China and doing all these fucked up things, and everyone had these identity theft things happen to them, and people get harassed now on Facebook constantly for having personal information on there, and I'm kind of like, you know, I kind of figured that out 15 years ago, but people, again, one of these mentalities. There's people who have analytical minds who think, and there's people who just do. Oh, everyone's on Facebook. I gotta do it too. Post up all my shit on Facebook and all my personal...
Yeah, Phil, you're so fucking smart. That's why you thought I'm going to fucking delete all these fucking videos on my YouTube channel because of copyright strikes, and then I'll wait off my fucking YouTube channel just tanked in the fucking algorithm. I wonder how that fucking happened. I'm going to blame Machinima. I'm going to blame YouTube. Even though you're the one that fucking decided to delete every single fucking video that had a fucking strike just to fucking remove the goddamn strikes rather than wait for YouTube to fucking say, you know, just resolve it fucking normally. Fuck you, Phil. You're not fucking that smart. Because you are where you are right now. Because you're begging every single fucking day, asking for fucking money from these dent heads to fucking just make sure you fucking have your next fucking meal, or your next fucking swig of fucking gin or whatever. This is not fucking an analytical mind at fucking work. This is not some sort of 400 IQ play from Phil Burnell. No, and I want Phil. I want Phil to fucking get his house valued, because he's going to be in for a big nasty fucking surprise when he finds out how fucking less of it actually is worth compared to how much he thinks it's worth. The estimates do not fucking take into account all the fucking shit that's wrong with his goddamn house. The fucking mould under the fucking floorboards not showing. The fucking, the kitchen got flooded for the fucking dishwasher and the fucking broken bathroom. Everything else. Fuck off, Phil. I hope to fucking God Phil gets his house fucking valued by some sort of professional within the next fucking year. So he can fucking see, oh wait, I'm not going to actually earn as much as I fucking could have from refinancing my house. Oh no, I need to actually fix all this shit. Emergency stream time. Because I'm so smart and analytical.
Information, right? There you go. Let's see here. I received another tip from Wrestling Fan. Did you hear Don West died? He was in TNA for a while. I did not hear that. Don West, if I believe, was an announcer for TNA, and did he do another thing too? I think I know who he is. He was the guy with did he have a goatee? I think I remember watching some TNA when he was on there as one of the announcers. Well, if he did pass away, rest in peace to Don West. I mean, I haven't watched wrestling in a million years. I certainly haven't watched Impact or TNA or anything like that. But, all right, rest in peace. Okay, thank you for the tip. Okay. Have you played games on Leapfrog? Oh, yes. I'm actually the world champion Leapfrog player, if you didn't know. I have speed time records every single game. Can I do some story today in God of War? Right now, we are not poised to do story. We're in Muspelheim. I want to check that out. And then after that, we're returning back to the basin, which we're kind of like, I guess, 2/3 done with because we've killed 2 of the 3 dragons. We still have to...
Hold on, did this motherfucker just belch again? Jesus Christ. Hold on. Was it... How many?
Can I do... No. I have speed time records every single game.
Just want to make sure.
Can I do some story?
3. Okay, definitely 3.
Story today in God of War. Right now, we are not poised to do story. We're in Muspelheim. I want to check that out. And then after that, we're returning back to the basin, which we're kind of like, I guess, 2/3 done with because we've killed 2 of the 3 dragons. We still have to find the Berserker that I haven't fought yet. So we've got shit to do. No, I don't foresee us doing any story in God of War today. We've got to wrap up what we've been working on before we can get back to the story. Plus, we're going to understand we're heading to the end game. If I do story, we're finishing the game soon. So, did I ever play chess? Yes. Have I ever played Potato Head games? Yes.
The fuck happened to his fucking ear there? Do you see that shit? Keep an eye on his fucking ear.
So,
Right after he fucking answers the chess question, look at his fucking ear.
did I ever play chess? Yes. Have I ever played Potato Head games? Yes. Bob D says, I just finished Returnal. Did you like the game? I thought it was fun. Didn't struggle too much, but a good time. Let me put it this way. All right? There's parts of Returnal that I really liked and parts I hated. The whole loop aspect of it I felt was not good because immediately after playing Returnal, I played Hades, and I was like, oh, here's how a roguelike actually works well. While when I played Returnal, I hated the roguelike aspect of it. If they had had more like Hades, where everything kind of saved and you always had progression, that would have been one thing. But the fact that you can literally play Returnal for hours, and die, and get absolutely nothing out of it is a complete slap in the face to the gamer and a waste of their time. Now, for what I'm to understand, I complained about Returnal strongly at its launch. They patched it later and changed the nature of the game. I don't know now if Returnal is different than when I played it. From what I'm to understand, it was like 4 or 5 months after it came out. They ended up adding in like save points and checkpoints and things to make it fairer. Because so many people like me were playing for 2 hours, dying to a boss, only on the first or second time you're fighting the boss, just to have to redo the entire stage from the start. And people were like, what are you, fucking stupid? Why do I need 2-3 hours at a go to even play the game? You're idiots. So then they changed the whole game differently. I don't know how it plays now, Bob, so I can't accurately tell you, oh, here's what I would think about Returnal today, because I haven't played it since launch. And apparently it is a different game now. There you go. Lemmy says, I haven't seen Game Tracker since Hades. Game Tracker has been back several times for various different games, notably Street Fighter 6 coverage. He was not able to make it for this last beta, but he was here for the one before, and even this last beta, he even sent tips and some advice and stuff. Game Tracker comes by from time to time when he sees a game he likes. You know, and I'm sure he'll be back. Street Fighter 6 will probably be back, and other games that he's interested in, he'll be back. Hades is getting a sequel. That's exciting stuff, you know. Another tip has come in. Purple Nurple. Why don't you sign up for Friendster or MySpace? Oh, I had those, my friend. Back in the day, I was the Friendster hipster. I was all over Friendster. Let me tell you guys. It was me and Jason Cole going back and forth talking to each other on Friendster. We're those 2 hip young dudes. I'm not even kidding. I was friends with Jason Cole on Friendster. Bob D says they've added a suspend save if you want to turn off your console. You'll still restart if you die, though. Okay, at least that's better, because that was the problem. Literally, to play the fucking game, you had to have like 3 hours. Time to play Returnal. Oh, I only have 90 minutes. Might as well not even pick up your controller. Just put it right back down because you lose all your progress. It's like, wow. They really designed that game well. They really were thinking. The worst part was people praising it. People were praising it at launch, saying that was a good design choice. Like, you guys are fucking morons. What's the January game lineup? We literally already talked about that at length. I'm not reiterating myself because you came in late, Mishael. Sorry. Listen to the earlier podcast. You'll get your answers. They want you to return. I mean, thankfully, once you get far enough in the game, there's shortcuts. You could turbo through, right? You could teleport right past like the first 5-6 stages and get right to the end, but it's just a formula that if they had thought it out better, it would have been a much better game. There's nothing wrong with the gunplay. There's nothing wrong with the graphics. The story sucks. The end is terrible, which is kind of annoying because a lot of the story elements during the game are interesting and look like they're going somewhere, and then you beat the game and they don't, and you're like, what the fuck, right? What the fuck did they do? But there are big, shining parts of the game that are quite good. It's just that certain game design choices were so bad, I can't imagine why people praise the shit out of the game like they did besides bad taste. But again, taste is subjective. You might like something I don't. I like something you don't. So you have the right to like things I don't. And, you know, I'm not going to shit on people for that. Hey, different strokes for different folks, right? Have I thought of replaying Fallout 4? Maybe eventually. I'm definitely going to replay Fallout 3 before 4, that's for sure. But maybe eventually. We'll see. Did I see Disney on Ice? I definitely saw something on ice when I was a kid. I distinctly remember having a large program that my parents and I purchased, and I remember going to a show that there was ice because I remember it being cold. I remember absolutely nothing of the show whatsoever. Zero. I don't remember a single person on the ice, but I remember having a program that said something on ice and sitting there and it was cold. So maybe it was Disney on Ice. I'm thinking maybe it was. I'm not sure. Okay. Was Deathloop any good? I just got an Xbox with Game Pass. I'm going to check it out, says Darth Gallbach. Deathloop is a great Game Pass game. That is what I will say. Deathloop is an absolutely great Game Pass game. If you like the gameplay elements from games like Thief, Dishonored, Prey, any of those gameplay elements, basically Deathloop has all those gameplay elements in it with a unique art style and an interesting game design with the whole time loop mechanic of trying to find the perfect way to do everything in one day. Okay? It's definitely not Game of the Year material, nor do I even feel like it was worth $60 at release. Game journalists praised the fuck out of the game for very, very self-serving, liberal reasons. Let's just put it that way. There was absolutely no reason to say the game was a 10 out of 10. It has many flaws in it that would prevent anyone with a logical, thinking, analytical brain from saying it was a 10 out of 10, but they didn't care. They had an agenda that they were trying to push with that game. It's still a good Game Pass game. For a game that you're going to get and not even spend money on, I would strongly recommend that. To anyone who hasn't played it and has Game Pass, absolutely play it. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's not a bad game in any way, shape, or form. It just wasn't a 10 out of 10. It was way overhyped by the leftist games media. And by the way, that's for me coming from a central perspective. I am not left or right.
There we go. If I can have to remind everyone, you know, yeah, the thing is, I'm not left or right. I hate everyone and love everyone at the same fucking time, so I don't want to alienate my audience whatsoever. Fuck off, Phil. Yes, Steve, he actually did say leftist gaming media. Leftist gaming media have an agenda, apparently.
Right? I hate both people on both sides that are
There we go. I hate people on both sides. The king of hate hates people on both sides equally.
And I think that they definitely had an agenda with the way they were praising the fuck out of that game at the time when it came out. Is it better than Dishonored? It basically is Dishonored. Let's put it that way. Dishonored is a game where you get all these cool powers to sneak and do supernatural things and do combat and stealth, and that's based on a narrative that it's an open world perspective, but there's definitely a linear progression. In Deathloop, it's basically a time loop mechanic. So you still have the open world, but it's not linear anymore. Now it's time loop in the same areas, but figuring out how to do everything in the right order all in one day. So it's essentially kind of a spin on the formula of Dishonored. I wouldn't even say it's any better or worse. It's kind of the same with a variable thrown in. So again, if you like Dishonored, you're likely going to like Deathloop. Okay. Good podcast today, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thanks for the engagement. Good start to the day. So now what we're going to do again, this is an experiment. We've got a War Ragnarok today. We're going to attempt to play, just to show you one more time, with the webcam here being 1080p. Even though it looks like 4:3 aspect ratio, it's still 1080p quality. We're going to see if it can hold up. I don't know if it can. If we end up getting choppiness, then I'm probably going to turn the webcam back to the old 4:3 aspect ratio. The problem is when we go 4:3, it looks blurry. And also the colors get screwed up and washed out. And I can't seem to fix that. Like I was looking at it, I don't know why this camera essentially seems to be using two completely different sets of drivers when you use 480p versus 1080p, but it does. And it completely changes the quality of the visual you see. So now the webcam looks good, but if I go 480, it looks like shit. I know you guys are going to be disappointed, but there's nothing I can do about that, all right? So let's see what happens. Today, we'll see if this could work. If not, we'll go back to 480. But thank you for...
Give more blood. Sorry, Steve. Sorry, give me a word first of all. You know, give me a fucking tea cake. Steve Dead is asking, can it be 1080p if it's 4:3 ratio? Phil explained that at the start of the stream. He did a thing where he shrunk the things. He shrunk the camera.
One podcast.
Shut the fuck up, Phil. He shrunk the camera. So even though it didn't go beyond the borders, he manually shrunk the sides himself so it could fit. Kind of like how I did with this setup, actually, you know, where I fucking, like, have this cast set up here where I can fucking extend, like, the fucking size, you know. Basically, like you know, like, what's the best example of fucking way to describe a shit? Yeah, it basically manually adjusted it. He squashed it, yeah. He squashed it, like, kind of, yeah. Kind of like how I do that, you know, that's like, you know, more Microsoft Paint showing. As more of the window showing, but I fucking squish it, so it kind of just has that. So, yeah. Phil did that with his fucking camera. So it should be interesting to see how Phil does with 1080p camera on his fucking, you know, gameplay.
I hope you enjoyed the show. And, you know, it's around this time of year that we like to look towards...
This fucking bastardized version of Auld Lang Syne again. I'm just gonna fucking skip this shit. Here we go.
Should we give this a test run? Right? We're in Muspelheim now. We did get the upgrade to upgrade the Blades of Chaos, so maybe we should jump in and try to do that right away. And then... What was that noise? It was like a popping noise for a second, then it went away. That was weird. By the way, I need to know the volume, how it sounds, guys. I'm doing completely different kind of audio now, which is very different from how I used to do audio, so I have no clue how the audio will sound. Last night sounded good, but then I had to adjust it for Call of Duty because it was too loud, so now I don't know how the volume levels are. Please let me know how the volume sounds today. But let's see how this looks with the 1080p camera, and if this chops up as I try to do the Muspelheim trials, all right? Let's find out. Okay. So here we are, okay, looking around. I didn't start recording yet, but I just want to show you this is what it looks like. All right, this is a new setup. This is what it looks like. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The setup, what? Do I have to touch this again? Maybe I do. Huh. This is different from how I left it yesterday. Yesterday, the ground was glowing, and there was all these characters on the ground. Now they've all disappeared, and I'm wondering if I have to re-enable it or something. Huh. What I need to do the Blades of Chaos upgrade first before we even do anything, okay? Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start recording, and then we'll go from there, okay? Here we go.
Hold the fuck on, I didn't disappear and have a piss break or anything. What the fuck?
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
I mean, that's the end of bingo. We had one free space, and I guess we'll tick interactive. That'll give us a double, but yeah, that's kind of pish. That's the end of fucking bingo. Damn, that's a one free space used up for the burps. We didn't get the snorts, we didn't get the bubbles, you know. There we go, we're 2 away sadly. He didn't say meaningful, didn't say sound good either. But let me give you the fucking bingo horns, at least for fucking the fucking wee double at the end there. Well, that's a fucking boot in the balls, but there you fucking go. Results tomorrow, guys. We're 2 away from full house today. 23 out of 25 is not bad. It's still a very strong fucking card. We knew it'd be a strong card. I did not expect meaningful and sound good to the last 2 standing, but there you fucking go. It is what it is. That's what fucking happens sometimes, you know. Sometimes Phil always says these things, and sometimes he just doesn't bother his fucking arse. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there, guys. Thank you very much. Actually, before we go, let's see where Phil is live right now. Let's see how well he's doing. He got $32 in tits before starting recording for gameplay.
Because it's probably all you watch.
He's gained $2. Wow. He's at $34 now. Fucking hooray for that. And I don't know if I had to fucking reset his camera or not.
You know, people just love the success stories. Not everyone can be an insane, over-the-top, monstrous viral success. Some people are normal people like you and me.
Wait, what? Is he randomly spouting YouTuber jealousy in the middle of fucking his menu? The fuck? Fuck off, Phil. I'm done with Phil. I'm done, man. Fuck it, we're done. No more. No mas, no more. Guys, I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna call it time here. Don't fucking start. Yeah, I'm just fucking making you fucking full screen. Yeah, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here, guys. You know what I mean? Thank you very much for joining me for some.
Money, yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much to Give More Blood for the Super Chat right at the end. There it says, Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you, King Jad. Thank you very much, Give More Blood for the Super Chat. I do hope you're going to be streaming soon. Your streams are always very random, and I enjoy making your bots say very strange things indeed. Enjoy your tea cakes, pal. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining me. I'll be here tomorrow for the final DSP Bingo of the whole goddamn year. That'll be the final one of 2022. Hopefully we can go out in a bang. It'll be great. If you can join me tomorrow for some DSP Bingo, I would appreciate it. If you can't, it's okay. And I hope you enjoy yourselves anyway if you're doing something fun. But yeah, for those that can make it tomorrow, I hope to see you then. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you very much for the contributions. Thank you very much for keeping me light in the card. Thank you very much in general just for being here. I do appreciate every single one of you for your crazy wee banter and all. You know, you keep me sane, as I said. As it's like, it's one of those things where enduring Phil's nonsense is annoying as hell, but you guys keep me sane and keep me going, you know what I mean? I say keep me sane. You keep me going from being more insane, I guess. I was ready not saying anything again, so anyway. Hey guys, I'm going to end things how I always end things with Pixar Animations, Amazing Me Video, Notorious PIG contributions. So, I'll see you all tomorrow if you want to join me. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, however you wish to spend it. Hope enjoy the start of your weekends, and yeah, thanks again, guys. I don't know who's restreaming tonight, by the way, but whoever it is, look out for them, support them. You know, show some love to our fellow detractors, you know what I mean, that do the wee restreams, you know what I mean, and provide you some robust content. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Until then, have a good one, guys. Catch you later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal
tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky. And you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. All right. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But thank you for the first tip of the day.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone.